Good Thursday evening. Welcome to Forestview High School in Gastonia for the 6th game of the 2002 season. The 5-0 Mountaineers getting ready to take on the 3-2 Jaguars of Forestview. I'm Drew Fulton, along with Lamont Littlejohn, and Craig Short must be stuck in traffic somewhere, Lamont. We're still waiting him.
Must be.
It's Thursday night football. Doesn't quite have the same ring to it as Friday night football does, but we've got a good game about to unfold right here in front of us.
Exactly.
Stay tuned to the countdown to the kickoff with a look at both schools along with other games in our area. We've got a real big one just right down the road in Belmont taking place. We'll talk about that in a little bit. We'll also talk about the Mountaineers and the Forestview Jaguars and all there is to see about these two teams. Stay with us. It's the pregame show right here on KMHS Sports. We'll be back right after this.
The Mountaineer Football Pregame Show is sponsored by HSI Land Clearing and Development, Quality Fence Solutions, Innovative Tools,
Back here at Forestview High School, the Mountaineer pregame show. Just a quick reminder, if you have not subscribed to our channel, please take a moment and do so right now. Just click on the subscribe button and you can get all notified when we have the next game starting, or you can catch up on the coaches show, and that really helps us out the more subscribers that we have. The coaches shows on Monday nights, and man, that would really help us. So give us a plug for the Kings Mountain Touchdown Club, who this show would not be possible if you're not a member of the Kings Mountain Touchdown Club. We're going to tell you how to become one. Their mission is to help the athletes at Kings Mountain, not just football, but all the athletes at Kings Mountain High School. Log on to kmtouchdownclub.com for more information. Lamont, you got through the traffic. You're here at Forestview High School. How you feel?
I feel well. I feel absolutely well. It's Thursday night football. Normally you'll be looking at some type of college football game or NFL on Thursday night. Now it's on Prime Video. But hey, I'm good to go for high school football tonight.
All right, let's take a minute. Let's talk about the Mountaineers. Coming in tonight's game, they're on a 5-game winning streak. Last week they took down the Wildcats of North Gaston 56-0. They're averaging 151.8 yards in the air per game, 148.8 on the ground. It's hard to get more balanced than that is. On defense, they're averaging 7 sacks a game, 13.6 tackles for loss per game. They've got 3 interceptions on the season. They've already pitched 3 shutouts so far this year. They have several block punts on special teams, a kickoff, run back for a touchdown, a kicker that can put the ball pretty much anywhere on the field on special teams. Lamont, what do you think about Kings Mountain? Their best weapon, is it offense? Is it defense? Is it special teams?
It's all 3 phases. And if we want to win the game, go 1-0, and ultimately, get that first state championship, all 3 phases of the game have to be working. And that's what I love about this team is balance. It's not that we have a strong offense and not such a strong defense, or vice versa, or special teams. Because again, when it gets to these deep runs, you got to have all 3 phases of the game. Especially on offense, you got to have the passing game, you got to have the running game. And on defense, you got to have everybody clicking on all cylinders. And on the special teams, you got to make sure there's no run backs. You got to make sure there's a good kicking game. And that's what I'm thankful for this team. We're well balanced.
And we finally got him out of traffic, I believe. Craig, how are you tonight?
Oh, man, glad to be here. Thank you. I got in, and then I was called to the field by the long snapper. He was needing his dad to help him a little bit, so I went down and helped him.
Yeah, I was wondering, did you know that guy?
I know him a little bit, yeah. Thank you for welcoming me. It's good to be here tonight. It's a brisk night, but it's going to be a good night. Let's go.
I'll give you the same question.
Yeah.
All 3 phases of what is Kings Mountain's best weapon, offense, defense, or special teams at this point?
Woo.
Little John's answer was all three. He avoided the answer altogether and said all three.
I'm gonna tell you what I'm gonna say is I'll pick one. I'm gonna say our defense right now has been the best, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because they have picked up when we've needed them to. They've made stops when we were. I won't say we were struggling offensively, but a couple of those games where we have not clicked like we wanted to until maybe later on. Right. The defense has had to make some stands, and they have done that. Right. So I'm going to say right now that's probably where we're the best because we're really quick up front, and we're moving a lot. We cause people problems, but as Lamont said, as I walked in and stood over his shoulder, I heard him. I agree with him. We're right now we're doing well in all three phases. I'm not going to say we're the best team in the state, but we're doing well in all three phases.
Still got ways to go.
Yeah.
Guys, let's talk about the Jaguars for a second. They start tonight coming in on a 3-game winning streak. They lost their first 2 games to some really good teams. Burns at the beginning of the season, 42-0. Then the Big East Lincoln School, 53-0. But since then, they found their rhythm. They defeated Freedom 13-7, North Gaston 20-0. Then Ashbrook last week 24-21. They're averaging 127 yards in the air, 74 rushing on the ground. The Forestview defense averaging 1 sack a game, 0.8 interceptions a game. On paper, Kings Mountain would have the upper hand, but you know as well as I do, this can be a very dangerous team. I've seen Kings Mountain several years. I don't know if they took Forestview lightly, but this team has upset Kings Mountain before.
Yeah, I mean, this is a dangerous team, and they are a good team. They're a well-coached team, and now they are finding their rhythm. And trust and believe they had this game marked, probably not on a Thursday night, but on a Friday night. They had this game marked. They want to make sure to let us know that they're here and they can play with us, and they want to win this game.
Well, I'll tell you, I've been a part of some of those games where they've upset us, and one of them was at our field. And I remember that vividly that night. That was a game, obviously, we should have won, and we didn't, and we got away from us. And then the next week, we had to come here and play in the first round of the playoffs, and we won that game. John Robbs had a good night that night. Right. But I'm telling you, they are well coached. Chris Medlin is a good friend of Coach Lloyd, really of all of ours. We worked with him at East Gaston. He's a tremendous coach. They'll be ready because they're sitting. I mean, they've got the same conference record as we do.
That's right.
And so they really feel confident right now. And so, like Drew said, they found the rhythm. It's going to be tough.
Yep.
You know, I've got this in my program to mention later, but you touched on it right there. If you had to pick another team from Kings Mountain that we mirrored, it would be Forestview. Yes. Now, however, Kings Mountain's had a lot more success, especially in the postseason, than they have. Although last season, the Jaguars are coming off their season last year, best playoff run in school history, lost in the 3rd round to South Point 27-7, which they had tied earlier in the season, 17-14. So, I mean, they were right there in the hunt last year. So, you know, I'm with you. This is not a team you take lightly.
No, and we got to put them away early. We got to not give them any confidence, no motivation. That means we got to make sure we protect the ball, continue to play good on all 3 phases, and allow, again, that defense has to set the tone as it has in the past couple of weeks.
Guys, let's take a break. When we get back, we'll compare some highlighted players to tonight's contest. We'll talk about the other games going on in the area. Stay tuned right here on KMHS Sports. It's the Mountaineer pregame show. We'll be right back after this.
The Mountaineer Football Pregame Show is sponsored by HSI Land Clearing and Development, Quality Fence Solutions, Innovative Pools,
back here in North Gaston High School, Drew Fulton, Lamont Littlejohn, Craig Short with you. You know, I wanted to mention this in the pregame show. Guys, one of my favorite things to do when we go on the road is to find some place to eat before the game that you don't normally eat at. Right. Now, we're in Gaston County, so, you know, that's hard to do. Right. But I remember going up to Monroe a season or 2 ago and finding probably the last Western steer on God's planet. Is there do you tend to do you tend to eat before you come to the game? What do you do?
Oh yeah, most definitely.
Yeah, you have to, because if you don't, I mean, it's a lot. And then we sit way up here, and you're like, I don't want to go all the way down to the concession stand.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then the only places are open, especially back out where it's cookout. That's everybody and their grandmother.
Yes.
They're there. So.
Yes.
Let's look at some starters for tonight's game. Starting head-to-head, the two quarterbacks. Jackson Hill, he's a junior coming into tonight's game. For Forestview, and then number 12, Lamont Littlejohn for the Mountaineers. Lamont has the edge in pretty much every category, but the biggest difference I see is Hill has thrown twice the number of passes Lamont has for just about the same amount of yards. So Lamont is a lot more proficient on his passes. Hill's 65 of 120 with 614 yards. Littlejohn has thrown 81 passes, completed 54 of them for 759 yards. So more efficient, I think, is Littlejohn. Will he be there? Will he be that way tonight?
I mean, he has to be. Yeah, I think that goes back, Craig, to talk about our balance attack with our running game and our passing game. And I think that's going to bode well for us down the road. But, yeah, he has to be proficient there, and especially on third downs. Especially we don't want to get in second and longs, third and longs. But in those times, he has really came up and done well and completed those passes like across the middle for 13, 14 yards to get us out of that long stretch. But we cannot have a lot of 3-and-outs. We have to get down the field and score and put doubt in this Jaguar team.
Yeah, I agree. And what I like, and I may mention this last week or the week before, what I'm happy about is that he has had success. It's not that we're surprised by it. We knew he was going to have it.
Exactly.
He's a great player and a good leader.
Right.
But when he has had that success, that's only helping his confidence.
Exactly.
One of the things I think that helps Lamont the most, and obviously I've never asked him this, but having that running game is really helping him a lot because it does take pressure off of him.
Exactly.
And we've been able to run the ball well,
right?
Because we do have some talented running backs, plural. Thank the good Lord.
We got a whole lot of them.
That's right. Our line has played well up front because they've also given Lamont time to throw the ball.
Exactly.
Well, you bring that up. Let's go there. Let's head-to-head both running backs that we'll see tonight in the backfield. Compared two different Hollands. Forestvew's number 9 Christian Holland and number 3 Caleb Holland for the Mountaineers. Both have they've been the front runners in a stable of running backs for either team. Christian Holland, 76 carries, 314 yards, 5 touchdowns, against Caleb Holland's 51 carries and 224 yards, 4 touchdowns. And I know what you're going to say already. The biggest difference for the Mountaineers is the Mountaineers uses more backs, so it's hard to compare these two head-to-head.
Right.
I mean, if you really want to compare, you'd probably have to add the numbers from Teddy Jeffries into this mix for Kings Mountain. That when we're seeing Jeffries more and more often, 38 carries, 214 yards, 3 TDs. So it's hard to compare these two running backs with their numbers back to back.
Yeah, it's almost like pick your poison. We keep, and that's the luxury that we have. And not only that, but I know you probably talk about it, but up front too. We are loaded up front and we're deep up front. So I think all of this bodes well for us as we continue our path to what our ultimate goal is to win the state.
Let's look at the next highlighted teams, our kickers. Now, this is something I want to point out that every Forestview team I've ever seen in my life has had a kicker that seemed like he could kick a 70-yard field goal. It's not till recent past that we've been able to compete at that level.
Right.
Let's look at our special teams in the kicking game. Number 89, Warzinski for the Jaguars. Number 34, Jaden Ellis for the Mountaineers. The senior clearly has a little bit more experience, 13 of 15 on extra points, 2 of 4 on field goals. Then the junior Warzinski, 5 of 5 PATs, 1 of 4 on field goals. But Warzinski did hit a very large 47-yard field goal earlier this season.
Oh, wow.
So who knows who has the better foot, but who's going to be more valuable in this game tonight.
And so it's interesting. He's one out of 4, and the one he hit was the 47-yarder.
Well, was that the game winner last week?
I'm not sure.
He kicked the game winner last week. They were tied.
Oh, that's right. They had to be if he's one out. Is that the total season?
They were.
If that's total
it's got to be
season,
the one.
That's the one.
Yeah, they were tied last week, and he kicked that field goal to win the game.
To win the game at Ashbrook, correct? Yeah.
All right, let's look at our defensive side of the ball once I turn my page. Two players will compare head to head is, and we talked about this name last night, number 50.
Yeah.
Take a stab at it.
Odugba.
Odugba.
Okay.
I like that name.
Yeah. Break down the syllabus.
Number 50,
Odugba.
the senior, and then against number 9, the junior, Curtis Simpson. Both of these guys we'll see at defensive end tonight. Both of them can wreak havoc. I'll have to give the upper hand once again to Simpson. 31 tackles, 13 sacks, 20 tackles for losses against Odugba. 18 tackles, 2 sacks, 3 tackles for loss. But this is a big kid, and you're going to want to block him.
Yeah, that's right. I'm wondering that'll probably be maybe Estridge. I'm not sure what side he'll line up on. It'd be
We'll have to
Estridge
watch.
or either Tristan.
Yeah, it'll be one of those.
Yeah.
Well, guys, let's take a break for a second. We'll come back with more of the Mountaineer pregame show on KMHS Sports, so stay with us. We'll be right back.
Right.
The Mountaineer Football Pregame Show is sponsored by HSI Land Clearing and Development, Quality Fence Solutions, Innovative Pools,
Back here, Forestview High School, Drew Fulton, Lamont Littlejohn, Craig Short getting ready for the Mountaineers and the Jaguars just a little bit later. So make sure you stay with us here on the Mountaineer pregame show. This is not a new segment, however. I have finally gave a title to this segment.
Okay.
So once I get this pulled up, and
put it on the
figure out-
screen?
and figure out where it's going to be. This segment is called "What Would Coach Klein Do?"
I like that.
Okay,
Lord.
I like that.
What would Coach Klein do? The Mud Dogs,
Mud
famous
Dog.
coach.
That's right.
Let's give Lamont. Lamont, I'm going to give you Coach Medlin's job tonight.
All right.
How do you stop the Mountaineer defense? How do you put Forestview on top in the Big South Conference?
Going against the defense. So I'm talking about the offense of Forestview, correct?
Yes, sir. You're head coach.
Okay.
You're Medlin's protege
Yep.
right now.
Yep. I'm
You're
trying.
going to lead these Jaguars on the field. How do you come away with a win?
I'm trying to get to the ends as quick as possible. If there are any pass plays, do quick pass plays. Get it out of the quarterback's hands quickly. You don't want him sitting back there because we're coming. And I think he's going to preach that to his offensive line and say, hey, these guys are skilled, they're deep, they're fast, they're coming. And basically try to, again, try to somehow extend the game and slow the game down. If that's, running down the game clock or whatever it is, but make sure you extend the game, try to tire out the defense, and keep our offense off the field.
Let's go to the other sidelines. Craig, you're in Coach Lloyd's shoes. He gives you the reins. How do you get the 6th win on the season here tonight in Gastonia?
I think you start by trying to pound the ball. We're going to
Yep.
run it because that's going to open up the pass.
Yep.
I think that I think Med's going to try to load the box a little bit and force us to run, which I'm okay with because I believe we can block them up front and open some lanes, and then do what we are good about doing: spread the field. We like to go with the things down the seams. We like to throw a little of our screens. I will tell you, and I've said this before, the one thing about Coach Medlin, he does know our offense very well because his offense is modeled after ours. I say this every time we play him, but it's true. He modeled his offense off of what Coach Lloyd does.
That's right.
And that's who taught Coach. He taught Coach Medlin his offense. So he knows what we're going to do. It's just can he stop it? And I don't know that Coach Lloyd has not got a few things up his sleeve too. And I'm sure if I'm him, I'm pulling that out tonight as well.
Right.
Guys, we're about 27 minutes away from kickoff. Let's take another break. When we come back, we'll still talk about the games coming on in the area. We've got history of this particular series, and we'll talk a little update about the JV game, especially last night.
Right.
We'll be back. Stay with us on the Mountaineer pregame show. More to come right after this.
The Mountaineer Football Pregame Show is sponsored by HSI Land Clearing and Development, Quality Fence Solutions, innovative pools,
Back here in Gastonia, Drew Fulton, Lamont Littlejohn, Craig Short. Couldn't have Jeff Johnson with us only because we are on the actual home side this time, and our wireless communication does not reach that far. And I don't believe Forestview really wants us walking up down their sidelines with a bunch of microphones and stuff. So, so he is in spirit. He is actually going to be on the sidelines tonight, giving us if we need any questions answered, injury reports or anything. He's going to be there. He's going to be our man to let us know what's going on.
That's good.
Let's talk about some history of this game. This will be the 25th meeting of the Mountaineers and Jaguars. Series started way back in 1999 when Forestview first opened. These two teams, and I mentioned this earlier, are mirrored to one another. But Kings Mountain has just had a little bit more success, especially in the postseason. Kings Mountain is 14-11 against the Jaguars. Last season we came in on top 28-14. The last time we lost to Forestview was in 2016, and we lost here at this stadium 28-0. The Mountaineers had 4 fumbles that game, and the Jaguars were able to capitalize on a bunch of our mistakes. Now, we have won the last 6 games against Forestview and have outscored the Jaguars 287-60.
Wow.
287-60, and I'll take it all day long.
Yes.
Let's turn the tides and look at the junior varsity program. Lamont, I know you're there for at least all the home junior varsity games.
Right.
How is the season? We see the wins on Facebook the next day, but how do they look?
Man, I'll tell you, Coach Bell and his staff really have those young guys clicking on all cylinders. They look real good, and they're deep. I think we got like 60 that's dressed out on Thursday nights, or last night, of course, Wednesday. But they're looking good. Last night they won 42-0. And listen, the defense is just as tough as the varsity's defense. And, of course, the offense is moving the ball, passing the ball, running the ball, good balanced attack. But, again, you know, when you look at a program, Craig, and you know, you're thinking that, okay, you got a good varsity team, but you dropped off on – I mean, it's like we're not going to fall off in the next 2-3 years.
Yeah, and it's building on itself.
It's building, yeah.
And you've got a situation where you've got the coaches at the middle school are doing what our program's doing. They're running the things.
That's huge.
We run. Our JV, like you said, is good. And it's like we talked about even last year.
Yeah.
We're playing – our varsity's even relatively young. We're playing with a lot of juniors and several sophomores.
Right.
I mean, we've got seniors, don't get me wrong. But, you know, like last year, our JV was exclusively basically freshmen.
Yeah.
And we went 9-1 and won the conference.
Exactly.
So, yeah, we finally have got a system working really well. And as you said, it's a program. And when you've got a program, it even goes all the way down to the elite. The elite has had a huge impact in our program. And with the Bells and all those men that are running that and the ladies that are working. So it's a good situation right now.
And also, just a note on our middle school, they beat East Lincoln on Tuesday.
And East Lincoln's one of the better teams from what I've heard.
They are.
Yeah.
They are. And I think they won I think it was overtime, and they won by, I think, either a touchdown or 2 touchdowns. I mean, either a point or 2 points. But what I'm hearing, that was a thriller, and our guys really grew up in the ball game.
Well, speak to a little bit about the culture. We've come to a point in Kings Mountain athletics, not just in football, but I'll just mention football since we're here. I mean, the middle school, the junior varsity, the varsity, when they step on the field, they have every intention of winning that game.
Most definitely.
I mean, it doesn't. The thought does not cross their mind that, you know, well, we're about to play a team that's better than us.
Right. And I can tell you just from the history of this coaching staff, the core of this coaching staff, when they came and I was with them back in 2007, the fall of 2007, that's not the way it was.
Right.
I mean, as you find out when you go into programs or go into situations, you have to. People talk about it all the time. You have to change the culture.
You got to change the culture,
and that's what Coach Lloyd worked tirelessly to do. And he, you know, there have been several coaches to come and go. I've been one of them. I mean, I've been there, but I was there for 8 years and got to see it rise. And what they're doing now is they're maintaining.
Yep.
And you know, as Drew said, I think that's a great point. I mean, the whole program, they expect to win.
And the key word is an expectation.
Yes.
We don't come just because, we just say, hey, we played a game or we on the team or, know, whatever. No, we expect to win.
Yeah, and I think – I'm sorry, Lamont.
No, you're good. I think all of us on the same page. Right?
I was going to say, I think I saw that a lot last week against North Gaston. It would have been easy to not get hype and not be ready, and they could have just went out there. I mean, you could see in the warm-ups, we were ready to play.
We was ready to play.
We have a mission, and that was another step we had to fulfill on our ultimate season mission.
Right. And I think these guys are understanding that they're going to get everyone's best shot. And I think that these guys are tired of hearing that, you win this, you win that, but you can't win the big one. I think these guys have a bigger sight.
They do.
Well, guys, let's take another break. When we come back, we'll talk about the other games going on in the area. Stay with us more on KMHS Sports. It's the Mountaineer pregame show. Back right after this.
The Mountaineer Football Pregame Show is sponsored by HSI Land Clearing and Development, Quality Fence Solutions, Innovative Pools,
It's football Thursday night. We talked about this before you got here, Craig. Just didn't have the same ring to it, football Thursday night, as football Friday night does. But nevertheless, we're here in Gastonia. The Mountaineers, Jaguars about to face off about 20 minutes from now. Let's talk about some games going on in the area. We've got 3 good ones here in the Big South. The number 7 team in the state takes on the number 5 team in the state. Crest comes in 4-1. They travel to South Point, which is 5-0. Can you pick a winner?
It's a coin toss. It's going to be interesting. Can Crest, smaller defense, small up front, stop that run game, and are they going to be able to hit that Medlin kid every time? Because you got on the red bone, y'all know you got to hit that fullback every single time. But they got a great freshman quarterback who's been piling up the yardage as well. So you know what you're going to get with South Point. The question is, can Crest outscore them? Yeah. And how does South Point secondary match up with the likes of Jaguars Green? Because he's the number 1 target. He's been averaging maybe 8 to 10 receptions a game. And so do they double team him? And if they do, who do they go to? I think they got a couple other kids, but I think that's a coin toss, but it's at South Point.
Yeah.
so
it's hard to win there.
The fact is at South Point,
That's what I was going to say. Just because it's at South Point, I got to give it to South Point.
Right.
If it was at a neutral stadium, my choice may be different.
Right.
I know who the coaches want to win.
That's right.
So we'll keep abreast of that all the way through the night. Did you make a prediction at all?
I did not. I'm going with the Red Raiders. I think they're better. But I do think that they don't have. I don't think they've got the athlete to cover Green.
No.
So it's going to be interesting to see if they can get the ball to him. I think that's going to be the difference.
Right.
But South Point knows that. They're going in and after him. And I also think you'll see South Point do a little ball control like they always do. They're going to try to keep the ball away from them.
Right. Exactly.
And running that red bone, they will.
That's why I agree to say they have the type of offense built that can keep the offense off the field.
Yeah, and I just want to say real quick, the fact that that quarterback is a freshman, I saw that middle school team last year. They were really good. They were.
Yeah.
And I know they played for the county championship here in Gaston County. I don't know if they won it. I don't remember.
Right.
But that's impressive that he is already starting on the varsity.
Right.
That says a lot.
Right, it does.
Guys, the other 2 games going on in the Big South don't have the hype as the other 2, but they're very important. You've got Stuart Kramer traveling to Hunter Huss. Stuart Kramer comes in 2-3. Mm-hmm. Hunter Huss 1-4. So that could be potentially, Hunter Huss has the team to beat Stuart Kramer.
I agree.
I'm going to go with Huss because I think Huss, they're hungry. Think about the last 2 weeks. They had to go through the gauntlet.
Yeah.
Playing us and then turn around and play South Point.
Yeah.
And they played both us and South Point extremely well.
I agree.
At the end, both of us pulled away from them. But I have to go with I think they're hungry.
I agree. I'm going to say what we've said so many weeks so now that this game won't surprise me either way.
Right.
I'm going to give the edge to Huss. I just like to see them win.
Yeah, right.
I thought the way they played us that night, they were classy.
They were.
They were well coached.
Right.
I don't really have anything for Stuart Kramer, so I'm going to go with the Huskies.
Right.
The next game on the list tonight, the 1-4 Green Wave of Ashbrook. They travel to the Wildcats that are coming in 5-0. I'd love to say the Wildcats, but guys, I think North Gaston's been beat up so much.
Yeah.
I don't know that they've got the strength in them.
No.
Yeah, Ashbrook will get their second win tonight.
Yeah, I agree. Going with Green Wave.
Yeah.
All right, looking everywhere else tonight. Highland Tech 0-6
Running
at
clock.
the Golden Lions.
Running clock. That's homecoming, I think, for Shelby tonight. That's running clock. Shelby running clock. Running clock.
That's bad.
Yeah.
So Bessemer City, 2-4, travel to Burns, 4-1. And before you say anything, I talked to Coach Shane Short the other day at church. I just happened to see him.
Yep.
He wanted to give us a shout out and say thank you for us being so nice about the Bessemer City Yellow Jackets. And I said, we've got, if you were coaching at Shelby, I'd have a completely different answer.
Exactly.
But you're at Bessemer City, we got nothing for love for you.
Nothing but love. That's right.
Well, we know what he's trying to do there.
Exactly. He's changed that culture.
He is. He's changing the culture, and he's doing good things. I mean, he is going to run up against a tough team in Burns tonight, but we've been saying this all season.
Right.
In these first couple years, or even this first year, he's not going to maybe get a game like this yet.
Right.
But he doesn't have to. Yeah, it's coming, and he doesn't have to worry about that. He's got to be the number one 1A team.
That's right.
That's what he's shooting for, and he can do that.
Yeah, and it's going to be tough tonight. I'm not sure if their defense can withstand, that Burns pressure of throwing and that type of thing.
Yeah.
Now, their offense probably can't move the ball on
I
Burns.
think so.
Burns is stout on defense, though. They're still disciplined.
Yeah.
But, they may can catch a break here. I'm sure Coach Short has something up his sleeve.
I agree.
Next game, the Warriors, East Gaston 3-2, travel to Thomas Jefferson, who has yet to win a game this year, which is kind of odd. Thomas Jefferson usually has a fairly good program, but they come in tonight 0-5. The East Gaston comes to Thomas Jefferson. Who do you got?
The scoreboard was out.
Yeah, we got Coach Latham, Coach Bridges going to do a pregame interview before we give our score, before we tell who it is. I'm going to go with the Warriors. Thomas Jefferson doesn't have a chance.
Most definitely.
I'm just sorry that East Gaston's got to drive all the way to Forest City to go to the game.
I'm telling you.
Good thing they don't have school tomorrow.
West Iredale 1-4, travel to the Mustangs of East Lincoln 5-0. I want to hear, we see the records and we see the scores. Is the Mustangs for real this season, guys?
I think they seem to be, but I don't know. I mean,
I don't know. They haven't been playing. I want to take anything away from East Lincoln because we may potentially see them in the playoffs. But when you look at who they have been playing, like Statesville is down this year.
Yeah.
Last year, Statesville beat East Lincoln, even though their quarterback was hurt. They beat East Lincoln, and they was undefeated until they played Dudley in the fourth round of the playoffs.
Yeah.
But everybody they're playing really are down. So really, I can't really judge. I've seen them on tape against Hickory, which they only beat the Hickory team 28-14.
Yeah.
I know they got a quarterback. They have a running back, which is a sophomore. They have a awesome middle linebacker. I think he's tough. But I don't know.
I think they're good enough. I don't think West Iredale's going to beat them. West Iredale is never known to be strong at all.
And this might be a running clock tonight.
Yeah, I agree.
Next game is two programs that have been struggling the last couple of years. Patton 0-5, travel to the Cavaliers of East Rutherford 1-5.
Think Patton
do the Cavaliers get their second win of the season?
I know nothing about Patton, but since they're 0-5, I'm going to say the Cavaliers get them.
Right.
East Burke 2-3, travel to Newton Conover 2-3.
That's a coin toss.
Newton Conover was beating Lincolnton all the way until like the last play last week, and Lincoln came back and beat them.
Yeah.
I think East Burke's decent. This is probably a pretty even game.
Right.
So let's just say I'm going to give Newton Conover the edge because they're at home.
At home, yeah. Same
Another
here.
even game next is St. Stephen's 3-2 at Hickory 3-2.
I think I'd go the same way because Hickory is at home.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Lincolnton 2-3, travels to Bandy's 2-3.
Trojans.
Yep.
North Iredale 1-4 at North Lincoln 0-5.
Ooh.
Yeah, but that's another team. North Lincoln and North. See, this is all East Lincoln's conference.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
All of these teams are down this year.
Yeah.
I mean, they are basically I don't want to put them in the same category as the Highland Techs and stuff like that, but it's like East Lincoln is the Shelby and Burns.
Yeah, I agree.
Playing, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's their conference is like that split, that Shelby Burns conference.
Yeah, I'm gonna say North Iredale just because I think North Lincoln is really down this year.
Right.
And the last game on the list should be a good one. Bunker Hill comes in at 5-0. They travel to the Rebels of West Lincoln 4-1.
Oh, I'm going with the Rebels.
Yeah,
and I'm going to tell you mainly why, because they lost a tough one last week.
Right.
And they're trying to redeem themselves. And I will also tell you this: Bunker Hill beat Lincoln in 7-6. I know that Lincoln has won a couple of games.
Right.
But that tells me all I need to know.
Yep.
I'll be shocked. I mean, and I've been shocked before, but I'm going with the Rebels.
Right. Same here.
Guys, that brings us to the end. We'll check in on those games and more on the Farm Bureau 133 West Caldwell Banker Just-in-Time Plumbing scoreboard. Let's take a break. We've got the kickoff coming up in about 13 minutes or so, so stay with us. More Mountaineer football on KMHS Sports. We'll be right back.
The Mountaineer Football Pregame Show is sponsored by HSI Land Clearing and Development, Quality Fence Solutions, Innovative Pools,
Back here in Gastonia, the Mountaineers and Jaguars getting ready to go head and head. Let's just take a quick look at the ranking in 3A in North Carolina. Kings Mountain still stays on top, 5-0. Northern Nash, 5-0 is number 2. East Lincoln, we just got talking about them. They're number 3, 5-0. 71st has moved up a couple of spots. They're 5-0 and number 4. South Point has moved down. They're 5-0 coming in at number 5. Eastern Alamance is 4-1. Number 7 is Crest. They're 4-1. Ledford is 5-0. And Smithfield Selma, which I have never heard of them in my life, they're 5-0, number 9. And J.H. Rose comes in at number 10. They're 5-1. We'll take a break. We'll be back with more pregame right after this.
The Mountaineer Football Pregame Show is sponsored by HSI Land Clearing and Development, Quality Fence Solutions, Innovative Pools,
Back here in Gastonia as the band for Forestview finishes up the national anthem. And guys, I know we're supposed to have our hats off, our hands above our hearts, but I just have to mention, everywhere we go, I'm just so reminded of the band that we have at Kings Mountain High School.
Most definitely.
I mean, I rarely go to another school where I like their band better than ours.
Most definitely. But that's a tradition. That's a culture. I know for me, and you guys may go even farther back, for me it was Bruce Cole. Me coming through the school, graduating Chris Cole, I'm sorry. I don't know why I said Bruce Cole. That's
his cousin on his mama's side.
No, Bruce Cole is actually the chief financial officer at Cleveland Community College. So I was talking to him today. But Chris Cole, and I came through and finished in 95. But, it's just a culture. It's always been something about Kings Mountain. Man, they've always had that tradition and always carried the weight, even in our county.
Yeah, and when we came to work there, in 2007, Mr. Doggett was there.
Right.
And I think I said this a while back, but one of the things that we made sure we did, we got to know him really well. We talked about how we wanted the band everywhere we went.
Right.
Coach Lloyd is really big on that. We love the band. We love the cheerleaders being there. It's all part of the atmosphere.
Oh, most definitely.
We've been at schools before where, bands wouldn't travel, when you'd go on the road. And it makes a difference. It makes a huge difference. I'm looking across the field. Now I know that's our pet band, but that's basically our whole band.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm sure I know we'll hear them over here, and our fans may hear them too.
Yeah.
I'm with you guys. Right. They are a class act. They do a tremendous job. All of our arts departments do. I mean, Drew's wife, Sarah, does an amazing job with chorus. Kings Mountain's very blessed when it comes to that.
And once again, guys, if you see the stadium, I mean, you have the visiting side over there. Even on a Thursday night, you know, they're still coming. We almost filled over there.
Yeah.
I will mention this. Our halftime show today is an interview with Anthony Hillman.
Yep.
It's a great interview. Got that coming up at halftime, so stick around for that. Next week, I have elected to we're just going to hear the band.
I love it.
We're going to hear their performance for this year.
Good.
So make sure you tune in next week and catch at halftime for the band performance.
That was a good segue, just talking about them.
That's
so
exactly
good.
right. Well, we need to show that. I mean,
That's right.
there are
That's
people
right.
that are watching that have had connections to our band
That's
in the
right.
past, and I'm
Who's
sure they've got
who's played in the band,
Yeah.
who maybe grandchildren in the band.
grandchildren
Right.
or children. I mean, yeah,
Right.
I want to show the band.
Exactly.
I love it. Yeah.
Well, guys, let's take another break. We'll get ready and start this game off. The Mountaineers and Jaguars coming up next. Stay with us.
That's right.
The Mountaineer Football Pregame Show is sponsored by HSI Land Clearing and Development, Quality Fence Solutions, Innovative Pools, Stay tuned for the kickoff here on Mountaineer Football Live with Drew Fulton, Lamont Littlejohn, Craig Short, and Jeff Johnson. Brought to you by KMHS Sports and the Kings Mountain Touchdown Club. The Mountaineer Football broadcast is sponsored by Brinkley Financial Group, Flooring America, Dr. Brad Moffitt and Carolina Chiropractic, Butler's Outdoor Design, The Venue at Turkey Ridge. The Mountaineer Football broadcast is sponsored by Dellinger's Jewel Shop, King Construction, Patriot Jacks Outfitters, Campers Inn RV of Kings Mountain, JWH Contracting, Allen & Sons Construction.
Back here at, now say it again, Joe
Alala. Yeah.
Alala Stadium, Forestview High School. Drew Fulton, Lamont Littlejohn, Craig Short getting ready to start this, the 25th matchup of these two programs. And I believe we're going to have a good game, guys. No rain tonight. We do have a good wind. You'll hear that in our microphone from time to time.
Exactly.
But I'm glad that we don't have any rain.
Exactly.
I do think that everybody that decided to move their games, and I'm pretty much sure everybody didn't
I'm pretty
stay
sure
there,
everybody has.
This was the right thing to do, of course.
It was.
Well, if you didn't play it tonight, you're not going to end up playing it tomorrow.
No.
You're not going to be able to play it Saturday.
No.
Chances are, if you're playing on natural grass, you're not going to be able to play it Monday.
Mm-mm.
So you're playing Tuesday, then turn around trying to play South Point?
Yeah.
No, thank you.
No.
No, thank you.
So as a coach, Craig, what goes into playing a game earlier? I mean, do you have to install things you don't want to install before?
You do. I mean, people don't think about that, but you literally lose a whole day of preparation. And so you have to worry about if you can get things in on time. The good thing is, I believe in the last few weeks we've been able to show a lot of stuff and do some things.
Right.
But yeah, it's a chore.
Right.
I mean, you lose losing a whole day of prep is a big deal.
Right.
Looking at the coin toss, Kings Mountain has won the toss. Waiting for the white hat to tell me who's actually going to get the ball. We have deferred to the second half, so Forestview will get the ball to open up the game.
The Mountaineers will defer to the second half. The Jaguars will receive the football.
So the Mountaineers will kick first. When you do that, guys, are you just planning on your defense? Your defense is strong enough to stop their offense?
Yes.
Yeah, most definitely.
And I think also Coach Lloyd wants to start the second half with the ball.
Right.
Obviously. Sometimes, though, I've seen him in the past. I mean, we'll start with the ball to start the game.
Right.
To put it away first. But I think he's trying to set a tone early with them and stop their offense.
Exactly.
And then I really believe he's calculating, knowing he's going to get the ball to start the second half.
Right.
As an opposing team, does that make you mad?
No.
That the other team deferred and wants to give you the ball first?
I think sometimes it might, depending on what you run, but knowing Coach Medlin and the type of offense he runs, he likes to move the ball. He likes to score. I've always known Chris to be a more offensive-minded coach.
Right.
So I'm sure he like Greg, doesn't mind starting the ball on the game on the offensive side.
Right.
Tell you what, Forestview's got some decent size.
They do.
As I'm looking down on the field, they've got some good-sized
They
players.
do.
Jaden Ellis gets ready to tee the ball up.
As I've said, fellas, we just got to stay on schedule. Stay on schedule. Play our game.
Hopefully that won't drive you crazy, that wind blowing through our microphones.
That's good.
So touchback. They'll bring it out to the 20-yard line. So 1st and 10 from the 20. Forestview will go. Jackson Hill, the quarterback, one running back in the backfield. That's number 9. Gives the ball off to Holland around the right side to try to find a little bit of running room, maybe 1 or 2 yards.
Some just fell off the press box.
Yep.
Javi Curry was in on that tackle, looked like it among some other Mountaineers.
Yeah, number 33.
Our camera's still running, so it wasn't our camera.
That's a good thing.
I'm glad I wasn't sitting in that bleacher because it just fell right on the bleacher right in front of us, whatever it was.
Jackson drops back to pass. A little short pass in the backfield.
It's a bottle of water. That's what came. So somebody just lost the fluid.
Nowhere to go. He's going to lose about 2 and get back to the original line of scrimmage. Brings up a 3rd and 10.
That he came back, looked like almost trying to run a little tunnel screen right there, and it just didn't materialize. We played that very well.
We did. Got trips to the left.
Good
Hill
rush.
back to pass again.
Intercepted.
Intercepted.
Yeah, we got
Oh,
it.
yeah, he got it. Did we get it?
We got it.
Yeah.
Intercepted Kings
Okay.
Mountain and
But a
flag on the
flag.
play.
Flag on the play. Had to be something on Forestview because he's like their player was not sure what happened.
And he was looking. I mean, it's hard to say because we're all the way across the field, but the official threw the flag almost immediately off the interception.
Right.
Drew's got his binoculars. We sit this far away every week. We're going to all have some.
I know.
My old eyes can't see that far.
Speaking of which, fellas, the 2nd of October, I turned 50 years old and got my first letter from AARP today.
There you go, buddy.
Dead ball, personal foul. Yep.
Yeah, it was on there.
Against Forestview.
Must have been a late hit or something on that interception. You're just getting better, Drew. You're not getting older.
That's
just
right.
Remember that.
Hey, I'll get mine with you in February, Drew.
Right.
So 1st and 10, the Mountaineers.
I think Drew said that because he's one of the people that are listening to get him a gift on October 2nd.
That's fine. You can send all the cards and letters to the Kings of Mountain Touchdown Club.
There you go. Good plug.
Little John hands the ball off to Holland right around the other end. Touchdown. Nowhere to stop him.
Good run, Caleb.
Good job. Good job.
Tremendous blocking on the left side right there. That was great.
Right.
He didn't have to work too hard for that one. Great job up front.
It almost looked like Forestview wasn't even ready for it.
I think so. That's what it looked like. They weren't set.
No. That's what we have to do, guys.
Yes.
I mean.
Well, what I like about what we did there is we capitalized on the turnover.
There you go.
You know, you need to do that.
Right.
Holland with the kick. The ball is up. Looks good to me. Mountaineers lead it early, 7-0 here in Gastonia. We'll take a break. We'll come back with more Mountaineer football right after this.
The Mountaineer football broadcast is sponsored by Brinkley Financial Group, Flooring America, Dr. Brad Moffitt and Carolina Chiropractic, Butler's Outdoor Design, The Venue at Turkey Ridge,
Back here in Gastonia, Mountaineers and Jaguars. Mountaineer put 7 up on the board. Is that what you wanted to do?
That's what you want to do, real quick. Like I said, we want to stay on schedule. In a team like this, you want to put them away real quick. I mean, we got to have like the type of outing that we had against North Gaston last week.
Aldridge and Holland back deep to receive the kick from Jaden Ellis. Ball is up. And goes into the end zone. Touchback. They'll bring it over 1st and 10.
Boys, I want to tell you.
20-yard line.
I'm sorry, Drew. I didn't mean to talk over you. What I want to say about that right there, that's twice that Jaden has helped our defense.
Right.
Putting that ball in the end zone, and I'm going to tell you why that's special too. What the folks that are watching don't realize, the wind is blowing if you're looking at the field from right to left.
Right.
Because when I was down working with Gabriel, he was snapping into the wind. Jaden is using the leg like we know that he has, and that's really helping us out a lot.
That's right.
Hill hands the ball off to Holland right up the middle, number 4. Jake Lloyd quickly on the tackle. I'm not even sure he got back exactly to the line of scrimmage. So he didn't. 2nd and 10.
Run on the left side right there.
Yeah.
Still a good stop.
Right. That's
so far, they're having a tough time moving us on these two drives.
It was. It was a big hit by number 40. Stop by number 40. And of course, a hit, Nash. He's really impressed me the last couple of weeks.
Hill once again drops back to pass. Finds a receiver, going to overthrow him, incomplete, bring up 4th down.
I don't know if y'all could tell that or not. That ball got up in the air. You can see the wind hold it up some too.
Right.
That may be why it was a little bit long.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it looked like to me when it sailed on him, like the wind held it up. Our DB almost, I mean, he didn't have almost a play on it, but that could be a problem. I'm telling you, boys, on the field, that wind is strong. It sounds strong up here, but down there on field level, it's a lot stronger.
Right.
Well, that's one reason I didn't bring the crowd mic. One, we are on the Forestview side. Two, you'd hear nothing but the wind the whole time.
Yeah.
Warzinski back to punt, and it's a short one.
Get away.
Does not go almost anywhere.
Right.
It'll roll dead about the 27-yard line. So the Mountaineers will take over 1st and 10 from there.
Just got a little call in or a text in from a brother-in-law, Butch Moorhead, Dr. Moorhead's dad's watching us.
Okay.
That's my brother-in-law. I guess my sister's watching too. Love y'all. Thank you for watching with us tonight.
Little John with 2 backs in the backfield. Hands the ball off.
Teddy
Jeffries.
He's able to drag the pile. Might have gotten 6 yards out of it.
Yeah, it's a good run on that right side. It's a good block by Lubas and Isaiah kicking out right there and coming inside right. It's a great run.
Right.
2nd and 4 for the Mountaineers. You know, the Jaguars have a pretty good size front 4.
They do.
Jeffries once again the ball
They're
carrier.
big up front.
2-yard gain.
I think that's what we made mention of at the beginning.
Yeah.
They got good size down there.
They do.
So 3rd and short for the Mountaineers. Mountaineers will stay with the same formation. Hand the ball off once again to Teddy Jeffries. He'll get the 1st down and then some.
Run. Good
all
run.
the way up to around the 15-yard
run.
line. He's still going.
Still going.
I believe, boys, that was one of Coach Lloyd's favorite plays, G-trap.
Yes,
saw
sir.
Lubas pull around, lead block, great block up front.
Never stop your leg.
That's right.
That's right. Any running back coach would tell you.
So 1st and goal from about the 7.
Yeah.
Nope, they snuffed that one out.
Yep.
So it'll back them up maybe a yard.
Defense made a great play right there. Were we on the 11?
Yeah, it looks like around the 12, 13. No.
No, we're on the 7.
7, yeah.
Excuse me.
Yeah, it's the 7-yard line. Looking for the end zone.
Touchdown,
Mountaineers.
I'm going to be honest. I thought he was going to go to fat, running that skinny, skinny slant. Opened it right up for Jake.
And it might have been his first read.
Yeah.
And he checked it down to Jake. So good.
Great play.
And we've talked about this before. I think Lamont's done a lot better job this year of checking down his
most
receivers.
definitely. And that's
very hard in high
mature.
school.
It
It's
is.
very
It
hard.
is.
Usually, and I've been told defensively, if you can stop their first receiver,
that's right.
You've got him.
I'm telling you, that's the key of most high school, and only those other quarterbacks who goes on to play college that really knows how to check it down.
Exactly.
So, guys, we'll take a break. We'll be back. Mountaineers up 14-0 here early. Stay with us. More Mountaineer football right after this.
The Mountaineer football broadcast is sponsored by Dellinger's Jewel Shop, King Construction, Patriot Jacks Outfitters, Campers Inn RV of Kings Mountain, JWH Contracting, Allen & Sons Construction.
Gaston's already up 21-0.
21-0. East Gaston's up. Just a quick score update on our Farm Bureau 133 West. Caldwell Banker just in time just-in-time plumbing scoreboard. I'm tongue-tied tonight.
That's all right. North Lincoln's 10-0 over North Iredale. East Gaston 21-0 over Thomas Jefferson. No score in North Gaston Ashbrook or Stuart Kramer Hunter Huss. South Point 7-0 over Crest. No score in the Highland Shelby game or the Burns Bessemer City game.
I'm sure there's a score.
Yeah,
we just don't have it.
It hasn't updated yet.
And updated, right.
So that's what we've got so far.
Okay.
So 1st and 10, the Jaguars will take over.
That's 3 kicks in a row in the end zone. I tell you one thing I've been impressed with so far, guys, is the how we've utilized short fields. We've not wasted those opportunities. And I want to go back, too, and talk about Lamont using his checks and looking at things. I think that's been a great addition. Coach Lloyd is a really good quarterbacks coach, but he added Coach Fortner this year. Got Ricky to come out of retirement, and Ricky's really good working with quarterbacks.
He's
Hand the
done
ball
an
off to
excellent job.
Holland, but a host of Mountaineers just eat him up. The whole right side of the defensive line was in the backfield.
Yep. I just got an update, too, on that first. You talked about Craig, the first touchdown for South Point. It was on the first play right up the middle.
Yeah.
Their fullback Matlock. So, Crest got to make some adjustments.
That's right.
That. They're going to eat them up all night.
Hill back to pass, fakes it once, finds a receiver,
Good
but
defense.
broken up.
Good defense. And
Broken up by Bryson Brown, and he had a play on it if he had chose to do so.
Yeah, the receiver made a good job adjusting, but Bryson just made a tough tackle there and made sure that ball was jarred for him.
Well, Bryson adjusted too and came back.
Sure
I mean, the receiver that he was open.
Yeah, it was underthrown.
Yeah, it was underthrown. I mean, that could have been a big play for them, but luckily Bryson turned around, had his head on the swivel, and defended it. Good job.
I'm telling you, we've been talking about Bryson with receiver, but man, Bryson has played an excellent job DB this year.
Yeah, he has.
Fakes the handoff, looking for the screen, but could not come up with the ball. That was intended for number 5, Noah Calmer, and brings up a 4th down again.
I'm gonna go ahead and say it. I don't think 5 wanted to catch that ball right there, boys.
He did.
I think you heard some footsteps. He was trying to get upfield before he had it.
And Hill is smart too. He got rid of it. And one thing about that, just like the Burns quarterback, once you start seeing those guys coming after you, it's like I'm trying to survive for another day. Fat is back. Let's see if we have some magic here.
A little bit better punt this time. Awful high. Will take Forestview bounce. Roll dead right there at the 45-yard line. So the Mountaineers still in really good field position. This will be the second time we've seen their offense tonight come out on the field. And pretty much, it's been run.
Yep.
And Forestview so far does not have an answer for it.
Right. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. And I think that'll open up our passing game. But, it's 14-0, y'all. If, this game is quickly getting out of hand. If we go down here and score here, then, we still, first quarter?
Yeah. We still got 6 minutes left.
Right.
Hands the ball off right up the middle, but they're waiting for him. Number 50. Say it one more time.
Number 50 is
Odugba.
Odugba.
Yeah.
I'm not going to get that.
Yeah. And, we talked about him in the pregame.
Yeah, you did.
He's tough.
He
We're
made a
going
great
to
play.
call
Kenneth. Great play by Kenneth. When I say Odugba, I want to say Ogba, like my defensive end for the Dolphins who are playing tonight, trying to go 4-0. Fins up, baby.
Exactly.
Fakes the handoff. Little John back to pass. A little overthrown.
Yeah.
Bring up 3rd and 10. Bryson Brown, the intended receiver for the Mountaineers. So Mountaineers take a shot here early.
And he was there, just overthrown.
Third and 10. Holland in the backfield for Little John. Little John back to pass. Finds it right over the middle. He's got the first down and then some. Nobody's going to stop him. That's all the way touchdown.
That's fat.
That was fat on the seam.
I'm telling you, watch out, y'all. Get your popcorn ready for this kid next couple years.
I don't think that Forestview had anybody on the field that could have caught him.
Right.
No, when he split those safeties right there and just opened it up, that showed that's just pure speed.
Right.
Once again, Ellis tees it up. Snap, ball is up. Looks good to me. Mountaineers go up 21-0. Still early in the game, but Ellis slow to get up.
Yeah, they ran right into him.
He seems to be okay. We'll take a break. We'll be back here. More Mountaineer football right after this.
The Mountaineer football broadcast is sponsored by Brinkley Financial Group, Flooring America, Dr. Brad Moffitt and Carolina Chiropractic, Butler's Outdoor Design, The Venue at Turkey Ridge,
last week with North
Back here at Gastonia, Mountaineers up 3 touchdowns early. 5:11 still to go here in the first quarter, guys. We've seen Jaden Ellis go down. Maybe some wind knocked out of him, not sure, but he's teeing the ball off, getting ready for the kickoff once again.
Not sure, sometimes when you're kicking and they're going.
And they did give the penalty against Forestview, so the Mountaineers.
So they did. That was rough.
They got him.
That's rough.
It's roughing the kicker. They're going up 15.
Yeah.
He'll kick this out of the back of back of the stadium.
He probably kick this to the over.
It's going back here to the F, the spray painted F on the bank.
Well, if you're this close, guys, do you really want to do that? Do you want to try to squib it and
no?
Cause
you want to put them on the 20-yard line. You don't want to give them no life and maybe break a tackle here, get up to the 50-yard line. Yeah, you want to keep them on the 20. Keep them thinking. Am I right, Craig?
I agree with you. But I know what Jaden's probably thinking. He's mad, so he's
mad.
probably going to try to kick it out of there.
Exactly.
But strategy-wise, yes, I'd want to play. I want to pin them.
Yep.
Pin them deep and make them try to come out.
Yep.
Let's see what we do.
Don't give them no life.
So Ellis gets the green light. He kicks it through the uprights.
Yeah, I think that's what he's trying to do is keep the field goal.
Yeah.
And
that's what it is. They're cheering over on our side. So, yeah, we made it. We made another field goal.
And that was from the, 45?
Yep.
That was really a 55-yard field goal.
I told you his adrenaline's pumping. He's mad because he got hit.
That was a 55-yard field goal. And what was the long – you remember when he kicked that field goal at, was it West Charlotte last year? Remember?
He had a big one at West Charlotte and a big one against South Point.
He sure did.
At South Point, we were only up 7 when he hit that big one.
That's right.
Put us up 2 scores.
Sure did.
Jackson Hill fakes the handoff, finds a receiver close by. An open field tackle is missed. And the biggest gain for the Jaguars so far this year, or this game, they got a 1st and 10. So they're down 21-0, but doesn't look like Jaguars know it yet. They still have some life on the sidelines.
They're going to keep playing. We just got to stay on schedule. Again, we're going to always get everyone's best. They're not going to stop. Their coach is not going to let them stop.
Hill hands the ball off to Holland over on the left side, but the Mountaineers are waiting for him.
Yeah. And I think on that was basically a zero blitz, and he was able to get it out with the slant real quick. So that was a good break.
Michael Ward and Unash combined on the tackle there for the Mountaineers. And really, so far, we haven't seen the Forestview offense a whole bunch.
Right.
But so far, they seem to be able to move the ball in the air more than they can on the ground.
Right.
2 backs in the backfield, hands it off again.
Yeah.
But the Mountaineers are waiting on him.
Yeah, big stop by number 11.
Antonio made a great play. Antonio Armstrong.
Yeah, he had a big game last week against his former team at North Gaston.
So loss of 3. Brings up another 3rd and long for the Jaguars. Hill drops back, looking to throw under pressure. He throws it long and intercepted by the Mountaineers. Is that Bryson Brown?
Yeah,
flag on the play.
Though. Let's go. Take it.
He's still on his feet. 40, 35, 30.
Yeah,
and he's going to be run down about the 23.
I'm not sure if it was a block in the back or not.
23-yard line.
I don't think it was a block in the back. Now, I could be wrong, but they were looking at both Jake and Bryson. I think they're going to get them for holding Jake is what I think.
Okay.
I hope.
Okay. Against Forestview, correct?
Yes, I mean that's what it looked.
Right.
It looked like to me he was holding Jake when Bryson caught the ball.
Gotcha.
Which would make the interception stand.
Right.
What I was also watching for on the return is make sure we didn't have any dirty blocks.
Exactly.
I will tell you that we'll go back and look on the film. Zay had a really good block out at the 50 to let Bryson keep going.
Oh, they got us.
They got us.
Pass interference against Kings Mountain.
Now his only should be what? 15
it'll be
yards?
it'll be from the line. It'll be from the line of scrimmage.
So it's still gonna come 4th and down.
Yeah,
they're not gonna have enough.
It's not in high school. It's not an automatic first down.
Right.
So it'll be 4th and.
Well, it was 3rd and 14. So
3rd and 14. So it'll be a first down.
First down.
Yep. I didn't see that. I thought we committed PI.
I didn't either.
But he called it, so we'll go with it.
Yeah.
So they finally move the down marker and give them a first down. First and 10, Forestview. So Mountaineers miss out on a chance. Man in motion. Fakes the handoff, gets it to Holland, and there is no way to run.
I don't think so.
Well, the whole front 4 of the Mountaineers were in the backfield, and
I'm pretty sure Eli Lipscomb lit him up right there about the point of exchange.
Right.
Good job.
Lose back there so quick.
So he's going to lose 3. 2nd and 13. Our big 100-year celebration is coming up October 20th. Guys, that's not too far away from now. The Kings Mountain Touchdown Club, we've got a big celebration planned. We'll talk about more of it here in just a little bit. Hill fakes the handoff. Tries to find a receiver, but broken up real quickly by number 2, Zay Smith.
Good play on the ball.
So brings up a 3rd down. .221 left to go here in the first quarter. Mountaineers up 3 scores.
Need a big stop here. We bailed them out last time. And the call I really didn't see or agree with.
Hill drops back to pass, empty backfield. A little bit of running room, open field tackle. It'll be close.
That's the same play they ran earlier.
Yeah, down here on inside the 20.
Yeah, he got some room out there. Depending on the spot, he might go for this. I'm
sure he's going to.
Yeah.
It's going to be 4th down. Looks like 4th and about 3.
Just need to watch the ball. Might try to draw us off sides.
Once again, they go with an empty backfield, so they found something that they could do positive. Jackson Hill, once again, over the middle. Ball is caught, so first down. 1st and 10, Forestview. So a little bit of life in the Jaguars here late in the first quarter.
Right. But he's understanding he has to put his quarterback in a better spot, getting the ball out quicker, and he's been doing that the last couple of passes.
Absolutely.
So I think they're just going to spread us out and just get the ball. He said, listen, get the ball out quick.
Hill once again, pressure is coming right over the middle.
Good play.
Broken up by Jake Lloyd.
Jake Lloyd, yeah.
2nd and 10. The blitz was coming, so
Yep.
he had to get the ball out quick.
It did. It's looking like they're running like a zero or quick slants, or it's those 2-3 yard routes, and he's getting it out quick.
Hand the ball off to Holland, but he's hit very quickly by number 40, Unash. Might have gained a yard.
So look again for him to go across the middle with some type of slant or something quick. But, it's 9 yards. He has to get it past the sticks or probably get it as close as possible because it's 4-down territory.
Oh, definitely. He's going for I'm thinking 2 plays here.
Right.
He'll back to pass again. Has an open receiver. If they call that a complete catch, that's not a first down. So we should bring up a 4th and maybe 1. So a 4th and 1 play. And that'll be the end of the first half. The Mountaineers lead at 21-0. Forestview Jaguars on the drive. We'll be back with more Mountaineer football right after this.
The Mountaineer football broadcast is sponsored by Brinkley Financial Group, Flooring America, Dr. Brad Moffitt and Carolina Chiropractic, Butler's Outdoor Design, The Venue at Turkey Ridge,
So we're back here, start of the second quarter. Craig, what are you thinking so far in the first? I know we up 21-0, and of course we had great field position that we capitalized on. But but you see Forestview, they're driving.
Yeah, they've got a little bit of rhythm right now, and good for them. I mean, I want them to be able to be competitive.
Right.
I agree with you, and we said it off air. We've done really well capitalizing on short fields. That's what you have to do. If they're going to give us that opportunity to do it, then we've got to play that way, and we've got to take advantage of it. And so right now that's where we're sitting. We're sitting here at a 4th and short with Forestview. Let's see what they're going to do. Motion by number 3. A little high snap, pass out to the left, and he missed it. I think he heard
he did.
Heard Zay coming.
He did.
But it was there.
Yeah, I'm surprised he went. Well, it was there. It was there.
Yeah, it was. I mean,
and I guess he didn't want to take a chance on trying to run the ball.
Yeah, I almost wonder why he didn't go back to the one where he ran a little sit route over here on the hash to get his first down on the other play.
And that was only like a little 2-yard.
Yeah.
Quick.
So the Mountaineers are going to take over on downs. We'll have the ball on the far hash from our sideline. Lamont's coming back in with the play. Lamont, I've always said I think our quarterbacks are the best shape in the state because Coach Lloyd makes them run all the way across the field to get to play.
He really does.
Hand off to Teddy. Good cut.
Cut it up.
Back inside to the left. Going to make a good gain.
And
he's still going. He came back around.
Good job.
I tell you what, he turned about a 4-yard gain into almost, I think, maybe a 9 or 10. Yeah, they're giving him first down, 10-yard gain.
Right.
Good run by Teddy.
You can say, run out the catch. For Teddy, it's run out the contact.
Yes, run. Drew brought it up a moment ago about keeping legs moving, and that's what he's doing. He's pumping through the whole time.
Fake to Jeffries, a little pass out in the flats.
Same play.
Yeah, same play.
I told you.
Yep.
Coach Medlin and Coach Lloyd run some of the same plays.
Stuff.
That's the same stuff. I love watching that play materialize and our linemen get out front. That's a great play on their part.
Right.
2nd and 3. Jeffrey still in as the halfback. Handoff right up the middle.
Keep running, keep running, keep running. There you
And
go.
he's still going.
I'm telling you.
And he'll
run
pick up the
after
first
contact.
down.
What I like about how Teddy runs, and he runs hard. He's not dancing.
Right.
A lot of times running backs will just want to dance in the hole, or they want to go up in there. He gets in there and he moves around and he lets his feet move. He's got good field vision apparently because he's moving around.
Right.
He finds seams to get into. And then our linemen are maintaining blocks as well to give some things open.
Exactly.
Jeffries and Lloyd, the two backs in the backfield for the Mountaineers.
Timeout.
Yeah.
And timeout called by the Mountaineers.
Yeah. Something that Coach Lloyd didn't like. I think he was trying to adjust the play in the game. Field clock was going down on him.
So they'll call timeout. We will too. We'll be back here. More Mountaineer football right after this.
The Mountaineer football broadcast is sponsored by Brinkley Financial Group, Flooring America, Dr. Brad Moffitt and Carolina Chiropractic, Butler's Outdoor Design, The Venue at Turkey Ridge,
Back here in Gastonia, Mountaineers lead 21-0, and an update on our scoreboard.
Farm Bureau 133 West, Coldwell Banker just-in-time plumbing scoreboard. North Lincoln's up now 24-0 over North Iredale. East Gaston 21-8 over Thomas Jefferson. Crest and South Point are tied at 7. Still reporting no score from Ashbrook and North Gaston or Stewart, Kramer, and Huss. We know that Burns is up 14-0 over Bessemer City, and that's the latest that we have.
Man in motion. Little John back to pass. Found the man over the middle.
Great catch.
Good catch.
Good throw.
Good catch, good
throw,
receiver.
good catch.
That's Jake Lloyd.
Right. And that was contested. Great grab by Jake.
Not only that, did you see the backfield?
Right.
There was two
Right.
Jaguars just bearing down
Oh, yeah, he was.
on Lamont.
Right.
1st and 10 for Kings Mountain. Kendrick around the right side, some running room. He's still on his
Great
feet.
run.
He'll be
Good
running.
run.
He'll be run out of bounds by number 11, Kobe Barley.
That's our third run back tonight. So we just, keep running and keep. As long as you're healthy at the running back position, I'm telling you, it's tough.
I'm gonna tell you, as an opposing coach, that's got to be a bit demoralizing.
Yeah,
I mean, you just
Yeah.
because they all run a different way,
Right.
and it's hard to prepare for that, and you
Right.
just you feel like you got something stopped, and they put another one out there. That's a great problem to have.
2nd and 1. Hand off again to Kendrick over on the right side. He'll get the
there.
first down
Good
and
up,
then
good
some,
there.
still on
Good.
his feet.
It's a flag.
It's a late flag.
Somebody talking.
He threw it right when Fat was coming by, and maybe the guy was talking to him.
Okay. Hopefully.
I hope it's not on Fat.
Exactly.
It's going to be a dead ball either way. Dead ball foul. Tell you what, that back judge isn't playing. He's throwing a few.
No. And he'll say, y'all be quiet.
Yeah.
Cut it out. And, that's. He said, I'll leave it to the coaches to chew you out.
I know y'all probably noticed, too, on those last couple plays, the way Robert's running. He has
Right.
run very hard.
Right.
Here we go with the call, maybe.
Personal foul against
Yeah.
Forestview.
Unsportsmanlike.
Right. And see, that's two
That'll
against
be a
them.
1st and 10.
That's two against them.
So 1st and goal from the 8-yard line. Second time the Mountaineers have been in this position down here near the goal line. And flags on the play. Somebody, I believe, started first, but I don't know if it was against us or them. And it's going to be against us.
Yeah. Yeah, that's been a nagging penalty against us this year. We're seeing fewer, but again.
First and 13. Fake to Jeffries. Number 6, the ball carrier, goes right almost into the end zone. Sanders on the reception. Ball resting at the 4.
Here go, I think this is the nasty package coming in.
Richardson joins the backfield along with number 44, Thomas Fair. Straight up the middle. He's still on his feet. That's A.J. Richardson.
Yeah.
They finally push him out of bounds.
He's a tough load to bring down, man. And I know they've been working on that because they was ready, of course, but it's one thing to work on. It's one thing to try to stop it.
Looks like the ball's going to be down around the 3-yard line, so 2nd and goal from the 3. Excuse me, 3rd and goal from the 3. Mountaineers will stay with the same formation. And they draw.
Good.
They draw them off sides. Mountaineers not able to get a first down, but they can move it half the distance.
Right.
So it'll go down to the 2-yard line.
You know, Coach Lloyd's got a little bootleg out of this, too.
Right.
The way they've really packed that box.
Right.
Let's see if he does that right here. But he might just pound it in there.
3rd and 2.
Walked in.
There you go, yeah.
Kendrick on the touchdown.
I figured the way Kendrick ran this
he needed
series,
that one.
Yeah, he was going to give it to him.
That was Robert's drive right there. He got the ball down there. That and Jake's big catch.
Exactly.
Good drive.
Mountaineers will go up 4 scores, 27-0 here in the 2nd quarter. Jaden Ellis out of the hole to Bryson Brown. Ball is up.
Good snap, good hold, good kick. That's what we want.
And that's one more. 28-0. Mountaineers lead it. We'll be back with more Mountaineer football right after this.
The Mountaineer football broadcast is sponsored by Brinkley Financial Group, Flooring America, Dr. Brad Moffitt and Carolina Chiropractic, Butler's Outdoor Design, The Venue at Turkey Ridge,
Afternoon, boys.
Back here at Joe
Alala
Stadium, Forestview, Gastonia, North Carolina. Mountaineers lead it 28-0. This is the 100th year of Mountaineer football. What you need to do is come to our big 100th year dinner. And Craig Lamont, you asked me, well, how do you do that?
Right.
Well,
How do you do that, Drew?
there's a few different ways to do that. You have to be a former player, coach, or manager. If you're neither one of those, you have to be a member of the Kings Mountain Touchdown Club. Log on to kmtouchdownclub.com and become a member. You need to be at this dinner. We'll tell you more about the dinner here in just a little bit. They kick it short this time to try to make something happen. He's a free on the right side of the field. They run him out of bounds.
I like what they were trying to do right there, though. There was
At
a
the
dead
50.
Right.
Sorry, Drew. There was a dead area right there where we pushed it to. That was actually a good kick.
It was.
They got a good return on us. But
did.
you know, Jaden made another good play,
He
forcing
did.
him out of bounds. Good job.
So Forestview will take over 1st and 10 from their 50-yard line.
Still 8 minutes to go. Seems like this is dragging a little bit.
Yeah.
Christian Holland still the main back in the backfield for Jackson Hill. Hands the ball off right up the middle, just a little room before it closes. May have lost the ball right there at the end. There is a flag on the play.
Who threw it, Drew? Umpire?
Yes.
Probably holding
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
if he threw it. That or an illegal cut block.
Yeah.
I think I've seen him make most of the calls tonight.
Yeah. Oops, on us.
So it'll be against Kings Mountain.
Wow.
Face
Face
mask.
mask.
Penalty flag on the play is a face mask against Kings Mountain.
So just a 5-yard.
5-yarder.
5-yard penalty on the play. Still second
So it's
down.
mostly what, incidental.
Yep.
So still first down and about 2. Hill back to pass. He's under pressure. He tries to find a man open. Great defense by the Mountaineers,
play.
but he
Wow.
came up
Did
with the
he catch it?
pass.
Wow.
Did he catch that?
The back judge is giving it to him, I think.
No, I think
No,
that
okay.
it's-
No,
Yeah.
incomplete.
Yeah, it hit the ground. I was going to say, if he caught that.
I was going to say, because I don't know how,
Oh,
because
yeah.
Bryson had that
Yeah.
covered well.
If he caught that, that has to be the play of the game.
Great coverage by the
Yeah.
Mountaineers.
Great coverage and great pressure by Antonio up the middle.
Right.
He was right in the face and then into the chest plate
Right.
of the quarterback.
Did y'all see that play against West Charlotte and West Mac? West Charlotte won, but their touchdown actually hit the ground.
Yes, I heard
bounced
about
up.
that, and they still called it a touchdown.
Called a touchdown,
They
yeah.
won the game 7-0, didn't
Yep, and you know that goes into the 3A playoffs.
Yeah.
You know? So that's basically was the championship for the 3A. Because they're in that split division.
they? Yeah.
And the ball off
conference.
right up the middle.
No,
No, he didn't get that.
no.
Lloyd
Depends on the spot.
and Unash once again team up for the tackle. I don't think he's going to get a spot. So it's going to be about 4th and 1.
Right.
I'll tell you right there, Jason Melton came up in there pretty
did.
hard and made
He
a
did.
great play. He filled the hole pretty quick.
He did.
With
Number
Unash
7.
and Lloyd, yeah.
Yeah.
Hill goes right under center, tries to push it forward,
I think he got it.
and I believe he's going to get it.
Yeah, this guy on this side's giving it to him. He's just past the 40.
First and 10 for
Come up gimpy, though.
the Jaguars. I just about said Jacksonville Jaguars.
Yeah.
Well, they did have their flag out here a minute ago, so
So when is the NFL game start tonight?
8:15.
8:15.
Terry's not updated me yet. All right, he just texted me, here we go, literally. So
So the Golden Lions are trying to get home to see that game on TV,
Yeah,
I
most
believe.
definitely.
I believe they are based on the score I've seen.
And they will be because it's most definitely a running clock.
We'll give that update in a minute.
Jackson Hill back to pass once again.
Turn.
Quick to throw it.
He's out of
And he
bounds.
caught it, but he's out of bounds.
Good.
Incomplete.
Good defensive play and coverage by Bryson, and he turned his head at the
He
right
did.
time. I'm telling you.
Bryson is playing.
He is.
playing
He is.
well tonight. He's always playing well.
He
He's a
is.
great player,
Yeah.
but I'm telling you, he's having a great game
But
so
he
far.
is truly that lockdown defender.
Very good candidate for the Patriot Jacks player of the game.
Most definitely.
For
Most
Monday night.
definitely. Most definitely.
Handoff right up the middle. Mountaineers are waiting for him,
No,
along with A.J. Richardson.
that's tough sledding in there, man.
It is.
Number 7, Sanders, helps with the tackle.
You got Jason Melton, Curtis Simpson,
Right.
several of them in there on the play. Like you said, Sanders. I mean, it's you know,
A
we're-
who's who
yeah, we're
of
getting-
defense. And it's 3rd and 10.
We're getting to the ball very well.
Only success Forestview's had has been in the air. And back again, looking for the screen.
Oh.
Mountaineers read it.
Yeah, almost
Come
intercept.
this close
Yep.
to picking it off and brings up a 4th down and long.
He's going to punt it.
That was Xavier Wilson in there, almost intercepted.
Yeah.
Seems like Xavier's always around the ball with interception intention. So,
Well, I think we've seen – I agree with you, Lamont. I think we see a few times tonight that pressure is really helping us.
It is.
It's causing him to not be able to set his feet well, and we're really affecting a lot of those throws.
Exactly.
Nathan Aguilar in to punt. And they
Blocked
don't get
it.
it
Got
away.
it.
It's
Blocked
blocked.
it.
It's
Scoop it.
still
Go.
live.
Oh,
And they'll call it.
was that Xavier Wilson again?
I think AJ blocked it, but did Zay pick it up?
Yeah, he came down awkward. I hope he's okay, the punter. But I think AJ blocked it and Xavier picked it up and just couldn't keep his balance.
So Aguilar on the field for Forestview. Both Forestview and Kings Mountain teams are out looking him over. And while they do that, we'll take a break. We'll be back here. More Mountaineer football right after this.
The Mountaineer football broadcast is sponsored by Dellinger's Jewel Shop, King Construction, Patriot Jacks Outfitters, Campers Inn RV of Kings Mountain, JWH Contracting, Allen & Sons Construction.
Back here in Forestview High School, Drew Fulton, Lamont Littlejohn, Craig Short. Guys are helping him off the field. I do want to mention that we talked about the 100-year celebration, Mountaineer football, October the 20th.
Right.
If you want to sign up for that, it's October the 10th. That is the deadline. If there's if nothing else, you can come out and see us. You know, we're kind of the celebrities, you know, of the night. Also, we've got more celebrities in the house, past players that you haven't seen in years. Man, it's going to be a great night. You want to be there. October the 20th. The 10th is the final date you can sign up. Be a member of the Kings Mountain Touchdown Club. KMTouchdownClub.com. Say it with me, KMTouchdownClub.com. Log on. You'll see how to become a member. And join us on October the 20th for that amazing night to celebrate an historic program here in Kings Mountain.
Hey, Drew, what are we eating that night?
We are eating, you have to give me a second and let me think about it.
Okay.
Round the right side, plenty of run room, first down and then some. He'll get run out of bounds, 13-yard carry.
Okay, Caleb with a great run.
Caleb
Great
Holland. So the Mountaineers at the Forestview 25-yard line. We are having barbecue.
Cooking Maniacs?
We are yes.
Yep,
we are
sir.
having chicken.
Yes, sir.
We are having 2 kinds of sliders, cheeseburger and something fancy
There we go.
from 133 West.
I love 133 West.
And I can't think what it's called. We are having shrimp cocktail, salad, fruit.
Stay on your feet. Cut up. Go.
Trying to get to the 20-yard line. He's going to fall short. That's Holland, the ball carrier.
Dunlap on the tackle. He made a great play. Ran that down from behind. Sounds like a big night.
It's going to be a very big night. You want to be there.
Are you allowed to tell them who the keynote speaker is?
I am. Go ahead and tell them.
Keynote speaker is none other than National Championship coach Danny Ford.
Yes, sir.
It's a big night.
Can you tell me what big Kings Mountain football star Danny Ford recruited?
Kevin Mack.
Kevin Mack, which will also be in attendance.
Double
handoff, but
I think
flags
we moved.
blown dead.
Yeah, we moved.
Yeah, we weren't set.
5-yard mark-off. Still second down.
So it'll move it back 5. 2nd and 14. Every living coach is already registered.
Good.
Nice.
Good.
Even the ones not living, their wife and families have registered.
That's good. It's going to be a big night.
We've got players all the way back from the 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, 2000s. Littlejohn back to pass under pressure. Jeffries.
Screen to Teddy.
with
Great
the-
play.
And he's still on his feet.
Oh, God.
He gets tripped up. All the way down to the 5-yard line,
He was-
first
he-
and 5.
He was brought down by the 5-yard line.
The turf monster got
Yeah.
him.
First and 5 from the 5. Hand the ball off to Teddy Jeffries
cut.
on the right
My
side.
touchdown.
Great vision,
God,
touchdown,
goodness.
Mountaineers.
Good job.
My goodness. What a great cut, young man. But, guys, I'm telling you, like I said tonight, I mean, the blocking on that side is tremendous. He had a great hole to get into. Great vision. Good play. Set up by the screen. He would have scored on that had the turf monster not got him.
Exactly.
Bryson Brown with a hold. Jaden Ellis once again, ball's up.
Good snap, good hold, good
Through
kick.
the uprights. Mountaineers 35, Forestview 0. We'll be back with more Mountaineer football here on KMHS Sports right after this.
The Mountaineer football broadcast is sponsored by Dellinger's Jewel Shop, King Construction, Patriot Jacks Outfitters, Campers Inn RV of Kings Mountain, JWH Contracting, Allen & Sons Construction.
Mountaineers up 35-0 here still in the first half. Stay with us at halftime. We got a great halftime show coming up for you. Anthony Hillman still holds a bunch of records at Kings Mountain. Stay tuned for halftime for his interview, and we have an update on some of the scores, I believe.
Yeah, Farm Bureau 133 West Caldwell Banker just-in-time plumbing scoreboard. East Gaston 21, Thomas Jefferson 8, North Lincoln 24, North Iredale 0, Hunter Huss Huskies 21, Stuart Kramer 10, that's at the half. South Point Red Raiders 21,
The
Crest.
Mountaineers may have gotten it
I
back.
think we got it back. Did we get it back?
Let me pause my scores and we'll see.
Yeah, we got it back.
No, he's moving the chains.
Okay,
so
okay.
it's going this
Gotcha,
way.
gotcha.
South
Okay.
Point is up 21-7 over Crest in the second quarter. Bunker Hill 17, West Lincoln 14, second quarter. Still no score reported in Ashbrook and North Gaston. Probably neither one of them have scored. Shelby, last we saw, was up 62-0 in a nail biter over Highland Tech. Probably trying to get to the fair and get some food tonight
That's
at
right.
the fair.
That's the first night.
First night
They
of the fair.
should have had that game at the fair.
At the fair.
Oh, my
That's a good
God,
call,
I'm
Drew.
telling you.
And still no score in the other games.
Back to pass, under pressure. Underthrown, incomplete.
Let me say, I take that back. Burns is up 15-0 over Bessemer City.
I told you. I'm telling you. Bessemer City is coming.
Yeah.
And I think you're seeing what Coach Short is doing over there. And just for Burns to be 15-0, but Bessemer City does have the athletes.
They do.
They just don't have enough of them.
And their quarterback, I
Right.
think, is a pretty talented
He
kid.
is, he is.
So, look, even if he doesn't win that game tonight, he's getting some confidence
He
from
is.
them to where they can
He
get
is.
ready for what's coming on after those 1A teams they get to play.
That's right. And they can hang with
They
Burns
can.
and Shelby.
Yeah,
Then they may make a deep run.
they can.
Hill back to throw again. Under pressure, they're going to get him.
Good sack.
Good sack
Yeah,
by
that's-
A.J. Richardson.
No, that look like Curtis. That's
and Curtis Simpson,
Yep.
both of them in the backfield.
Yeah, I mean, I don't blame that quarterback when you see 15-9 coming. You know,
Yeah.
it's tough. They make it tough on every opposing quarterback every night.
So 3rd and 25. And that's a big hole to try to dig yourself out of. Hill hands it off over on the left side. Holland, the ball carrier. He might have gotten 1 yard back.
Curtis made another tackle.
Right. Be good to get another score, get a running clock started in the second half. We have the ball starting, right?
Yes, we do.
So 4th down. Forestview looks a little confused about what's about to happen here. Aguilar not in punting this time. Warinsky in.
We almost got another
Almost
one.
got to get.
And it takes a Forestview bounce. Mountaineers will just stay away from it.
I'm surprised that
Kings
Fat let
Mountain
that
take
go.
over on the 29-yard line.
I am too, but I'm going to tell you, Lamont, the way that looked to me, it looked like it was coming so hard and
gotcha.
low. I don't think Fat could have fielded it. He was up.
Gotcha.
Fat was up on about the 35.
Right.
And that thing was making a burner over toward the 30 on the far hash.
Yeah,
so
I was wondering why he didn't even move.
Yeah,
anything.
I don't think he could have fielded it, to be honest with you.
So that's a smart move.
And plus, if he had, it might have ended up in a bad way. So let's just
Exactly.
leave it and take it right there.
Right. Interesting what Coach Lloyd going to do here. We're going to try to score.
I think we're going to try to score.
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking.
Looks like the sideline's changing the play up a little bit. Little John back to throw. A little underthrown, or the route was just a little off. Incomplete.
Yeah, it don't look like they was on the same page.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah. And of course, it was an audible, so I'm not sure. It just didn't look like he was on the same page.
He may not have heard it either. I mean, I know he's on that sideline, but it was a comeback. It looked like it was supposed to be a comeback.
It was. He kept going, and then,
yeah.
Hand off to Holland over on the right side. A little bit of running room. They bring him down. Number 33 on the tackle. That's Paul Love. Brings up a 3rd and 5.
Near the 35, a 5-yard gain brings up 3rd down and 5 for the Mountaineers.
Wind has seemed to calm down just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
Stay with us at halftime as we have Anthony Hillman with us.
Great play.
Great play.
By that corner.
Good coverage, number 14. That's Chris Cathart.
This will be our first punt of the night.
Right.
Tough student section. They don't want to give their corner give credit for that breakup. They said Butterfingers.
Max Thompson back to punt for the Mountaineers. Deep to receive.
Good snap.
Is Deshaun Bay.
Went off
kind of a slow, kind of a short kick. So Forestview will take over 1st and 10 from around their 47, 48.
The Jaguars will have it 1st and 10.
I'm going to tell you, too, he's punting right into that wind, and I'm sure that had an effect on it.
I didn't tell you that one long pass that we had earlier in the first quarter that Little John missed. Jeff did tell me on the sidelines he was right there, and the wind did pick it up and carry it.
Okay, got you.
So that could have been a little bit better pass than it actually looked like it was.
Right, got you. Man, you know, it's tough throwing the ball when it's windy.
Jeff, I know you're standing down there, so hit us up and let us know if it's still really windy on the field. It was pregame. Like that ball there sailed tremendously.
Exactly. And like the wind is blowing.
Yeah.
If you're watching, look like you said earlier, it's blowing that left to right.
Yeah, and it's whipping. I'm telling you, you can't tell that obviously on television, but just down there in pregame, it's blowing really hard down the field.
Exactly.
I heard there's a hurricane coming through. You know, I'm going to admit this. I think may have said this before. When I was in high school, was when Hugo come through.
Yeah.
I was so disconnected with the world, I had no idea there was a hurricane coming through until the next morning I woke up and all the trees were in the front yard.
The same way I slept through it.
Deep ball, Jackson Hill.
And
Mountaineers able to pick it off.
I'm telling you, Bryson Brown. I'm telling you.
He's having a game of his lifetime right now.
He is a shutdown defender, DB. And I'm telling you, so proud of that young man.
So Mountaineers will get another shot at it with 58 seconds and 2 timeouts. What do you do?
I think it's going to determine what happens here on this play. If he gets some yardage on this play, we're going to try to score.
Right.
If we don't have anything here, we're going to just run the clock out and get in halftime. Let's see what happens.
And plus, he's throwing into the wind, so I'm not sure if he's going to do any deep passes, probably the short passes.
He's running 2 tights
Two tight ends. Jeffrey's in the backfield.
Yeah, we'll go into half.
Number 5, Noah Comer, quickly with the tackle, going to lose about maybe 4 yards on the carry.
Brought down on the play by the Jaguars. Number 5, Noah Comer. Loss of 5 on the play. Brings up 2nd and 15 for the Mountaineers.
So I believe you're right, gentlemen. We're letting the clock run down right now.
Yeah, he's
and
not
we'll take it into the halftime. Stick around for our halftime guest, Anthony Hillman, one of Kings Mountain's better running backs it's seen in its 100-year history. Victory formation, so Kings Mountain will go into halftime with a 35-0 lead over Jacksonville. Stay with us. We've got more Mountaineer football and the halftime show coming up next. Don't go anywhere.
The Mountaineer football broadcast is sponsored by Dellinger's Jewel Shop, King Construction, Patriot Jacks Outfitters, Campers Inn RV of Kings Mountain, JWH Contracting, Allen & Sons Construction. The Mountaineer football broadcast is sponsored by Brinkley Financial Group, Flooring America, Dr. Brad Moffitt and Carolina Chiropractic, Butler's Outdoor Design, The Venue at Turkey Ridge, welcome to the KMHS Sports and Kings Mountain Touchdown Club Halftime Show with your host, Jay Rhodes. The halftime show is sponsored by Ben Engel and On Q Financial, Butler Tire and Auto, Audio Video Designs, KM Elite, The halftime show was brought to you by the following sponsors: Ben Engel and On Q Financial, Butler Tire and Auto, Audio Video Designs, KM Elite, The halftime show was brought to you by the following sponsors: Ben Engel and On Q Financial, Butler Tire and Auto, Audio Video Designs, KM Elite,
Back here in Gastonia, Drew Fulton, Lamont Littlejohn, Craig Short with you. Jeff Johnson walking the sidelines over there, eating a hot dog.
He's doing something. I sent him a text. He's ignoring me. He's gaslighting me like Terry usually
Well,
does.
he's probably watching a Dolphins game on his phone.
I got mine on my other phone, so I can't lie. Step up to her. Good throw. Atta, baby. Out to the 30. All right, here we go.
35-0. Mountaineers lead here at halftime. We'll get the ball coming out coming into the third quarter. Guys, just summarize what we've seen so far for both of these teams.
Well, I mean, I think we have done what we're supposed to do. I know we just had that one series that I think we had some mishaps, went on the same page with some passing, went 3 and out. But other than that, we have had favorable position, ball field position all night, and we have capitalized. I think we have done what we're supposed to do. But this Forestview team, that's still giddy, and I think they're going to come out ready to go. I'm curious to see how this first drive is going to be on offense, and I think we want to push it in, get it 42-0, get that clock running.
Our defense has played extremely well.
Most definitely.
Let's quickly take a look at our Farm Bureau 133 West Caldwell Baker just-in-time plumbing scoreboard.
Fourth quarter, East Gaston 28-8 over Thomas Jefferson. Third quarter, North Lincoln 31-0 over North Iredale. Shelby at the half, it says 63-0. Crest and South Point at the half, 21-7. Red Raiders at the half. Hunter Huss 21. Stuart Kramer 10. We said we were figuring that would happen. Green Wave of Ashbrook are 19-8 at the half over North Gaston. Bandy's 21, Lincolnton 14 in the second quarter, it says. Bunker Hill 17, West Lincoln 14. We saw earlier Burns was up 15-0. I don't know if that's still the same score. It's not reporting. And then no score in the West Iredale East Lincoln game.
Want to give a heads up and a shout out to everybody at 133 West. That may be they may not have the volume on, but we'd like to give them a shout out. Plus, I hear we're also on at the Kings Mountain Country Club. They turn us on in the restaurant there, but I'm sure the volume's down, so they won't hear us at all. But they're enjoying Mountaineer football here, brought to you by the Kings Mountain Touchdown Club and all of our fine sponsors. So make sure you go by, see all those sponsors every chance you get.
Jeff just texted me and said the wind's picking up really badly down on the sideline.
Right.
Kickoff goes into the end zone,
Yeah,
so the Mountaineers are bringing out 1st and 10. He's kicking with the wind.
Yeah, that wind is carrying it.
So 1st and 10 for the Mountaineers. You know, if it wasn't for the wind blowing, it wouldn't be that chilly out tonight.
No, it's nice.
Right.
But we brave the elements just to bring you Mountaineer football.
It's all for the people.
Holland around the right side, tries to find a little running room, finds maybe 2 yards. They're going to give him 1 yard, so bring up 2nd down. Hand the ball off over on the left side. A hole to run through Holland this time.
It's a great run.
He'll get maybe 2 yards short of picking up the 1st down, bring 3rd down and maybe 2.
Good blocking by Tristan and Michael Lubis. We can't say enough about our O-line.
I'm telling you, we've said it several times tonight. I agree with you. Coach Cruz has gotten them playing really, really well.
Right.
They're playing well as a unit. That's the thing. I mean, they're blocking well on both sides and in the middle. It's a good thing to see.
Hand the ball off over the right side. That's Teddy Jeffries. He might lose a couple of yards.
Yeah, they got him right there. That's a great play, great pursuit by the defensive lineman, number 58, by Forestview. He made a great play. Might even be a linebacker now that I say that. I mean, he came down the line quite really well. At least he's defensive end. That's what he is.
So it's 4th down. We're staying on the field.
He's going to do a no play.
Right.
Watch this. He switched it late. There's the punt team.
Right.
I thought he might try no play.
Right.
I'm sure they practiced for that too, because Coach Medlin knows Greg likes to run that.
Most definitely.
Max Thompson back to punt for the Mountaineers. His only punt's been a fairly short one, but it's a good one this time. It'll take a Mountaineers bounce, and it is returnable. They run him out of bounds probably around the 49, 48-yard line. So Forestview will take over 1st and 10 from there. Forestview has been able to drive the ball once or twice, but yet to get in the red zone or put any points on the board. And that's all been through the air, guys. They've not been able to run so far on these Mountaineers, at least in the first half.
Correct. We just got to stay on schedule, stay disciplined, don't give up anything big, and keep them shut out. I think they got a different quarterback in there now.
They do. Hand off to Holland.
Yeah.
Number 31. He'll gain maybe 2 yards.
David Howard, a junior.
5'8", 135-pound junior.
All right. And I'm wondering, I know Hill, their quarterback, looked a little gimpy. Do you see him on the sideline? I don't even see him on the sideline. You see number 7?
I don't.
Yeah. I'm not sure if he's all right, but I don't even see him out there on the sideline. Oh.
Miscue. And the Mountaineers.
There we got the ball.
We'll see who they say recovered the ball. Ball could have changed possession once or twice under the pile, but Forestview will retain possession and bring up a 3rd and a bus ride. David Howard still in at quarterback. And he drops back to pass. Throws it up. The only person he could have possibly hit would have been a Mountaineer.
Right. I thought Bryson Brown had him another one. Really would have been his 3rd, but the other one was called back because of a penalty on us. Again, Bryson Brown, shut down defender. Just never ceases to amaze us at the DB position.
Nolan Wysong in the punt for Forestview. Ball is up. Good height. We'll take a Kings Mountain roll, and they'll stop it dead around the 34-yard line. So the Mountaineers will take over 1st and 10 from there. Mountaineers just not able to capitalize on their open possession here in the second half. Littlejohn finally getting the play in. Around the left side, Teddy Jeffries, the ball carrier.
Sorry, I went off for a while. I had to take a phone call from Mama.
Yeah, what is everything okay?
Yeah, well, they think they. I don't know if you guys saw it on the play. Gabe, the long snapper, my son, he got hit. Looked like Lamont and I thought he got hit in the back.
Right.
But they've taken his helmet. Which, if they've taken his helmet, they're probably thinking it's a concussion.
Gotcha.
So they're warming up another long snapper, and we don't. Our actual long snapper backup is Matt Reichert. So we are using
Sanders, the ball carrier, after the pass.
I believe he's got the first down.
He should have a first down.
Sorry, Drew, I mean talk on you. We're using our third string long snapper, and I'm not sure who that even is.
Right.
So that could be
because Matt is out too.
Matt's out. He usually backs up Gabriel. So I saw him over there warming up somebody.
Number 30.
That is number 30.
Is that Ethan Guy?
Ethan Guy, junior, 6'0", 170 pounds. And miscue, but picked up by number 4. Lloyd able to pick up. I don't know exactly what happened there.
It looked like he fumbled and it popped back up to him. I think when Lamont handed it to him, then it popped back up to Jake, thank goodness.
No, it looked like that when he snapped it, he hit
Oh,
Jake.
did it hit him?
Yeah,
Okay.
He never got back to him, so that's what it looked like. That's a good IQ play by Jake to get on the ball and pick it up and try to get some yards out of it.
Mountaineers really in no hurry. They're taking their time to bring the play in.
It's all about let's got to here healthy and
timeout Mountaineers. They'll take a timeout. What is, and I know it's on here in our portion of the press box. What's the Miami score? I know you're dying to read it.
I am dying. Well, they're down 7-3 right now. Cincinnati's got the ball. I keep looking down at my other phone. Thank you, Gaston County Schools, for providing me with another cell phone so I can have it playing while I'm using my other one for other updates.
You know, it's nice in this situation, but however, they want you to answer it when they call.
That's right.
So that's the kind of the downside of the whole thing.
That's the downside. I won't have to. Hopefully, they won't call me on that one.
Now, is Gaston County out of school tomorrow?
Yes, we are. They made the call this afternoon. It's an optional work day for staff.
So it's optional, which means you're not optional.
That's exactly right. I'm not optional, but everybody else is, and they deserve it.
2nd and 11. Littlejohn back to throw, right over the middle, complete. First down, he's still on his feet.
Good play.
Nice.
He's going to go down around the 10. Was that a 5-yard line?
Yeah.
First and 10 at the 8-yard line. First and goal from the 8. Mountaineers once again in the red zone. They're 100% here tonight. Jeffries in the pistol formation. Fakes the handoff. Trying to throw the backside. And intercepted right there at the 2-yard line. Intercepted by number 44, Tristan Dunlap.
Yeah, he should have never made that pass. I'm not sure what was going on with that, but he got to learn when he's in the red zone, he's got to tuck it and run it.
Yeah, I thought that's what he looked like he was going to think about doing.
You can't try to force that pass in there.
So Forestview will take over 1st and 10 from their 7-yard line. And I'm just looking across the line, and we do still have our first-string defense in there.
Forestview with a timeout.
Timeout, Forestview. So will we. We'll be back with more Mountaineer football. Stay with us right after this.
The Mountaineer football broadcast is sponsored by Brinkley Financial Group, Flooring America, Dr. Brad Moffitt and Carolina Chiropractic, Butler's Outdoor Design, The Venue at Turkey Ridge,
Back here live, Forestview High School. You know, I always forget, guys, coming down Union Road, how far
it's
this
way
school
down
is
here.
actually down here.
You know, that's one of the things we've talked about a lot, too. I think that's one of the reasons why it's hard for this place to develop an identity, because they're not affiliated with, like, a certain town. Or I mean, it's Gastonia, but there's no, like, main neighborhoods or whatever. It's hard. This school has a difficult time.
Visuals putting 25 seconds back on the play clock.
Well, Wildcat.
From the 1 yard line, and the Mountaineers are trying to get a hold of them. They'll
got
bring
a
them down
safety.
at the 1. Come very close. A.J. Richardson, number 33, Curie back there. So, second. And about 15. So I think David Howard is now getting the sense how much time he has in the pocket.
Yeah, not much.
Mountaineers hit him as he throws, and it's nowhere on target. Incomplete. 3rd and 15. Lots of pressure. I'm sure Richardson and Simpson and the whole really defensive front is looking for that little extra extra that they would get for a safety.
Right.
Yeah, and they were coming with their ears pinned back, too. It was
a gold star.
Yes, sir. And he just threw that to get it out of there.
He did, but he took a big hit, too.
He did. Those ribs were exposed. He's going to be sore tomorrow.
Whistles. Looks like another timeout. Timeout, Forestview. So they'll take their second timeout. We'll take a timeout too. We'll be back here with more Mountaineer football right after this.
The Mountaineer football broadcast is sponsored by Dellinger's Jewel Shop, King Construction, Patriot Jacks Outfitters, Campers Inn RV of Kings Mountain, JWH Contracting, Allen & Sons Construction,
Kings Mountain in the driver's seat in Gastonia, 35-0. As the Jaguars are in the 1 yard from their end zone, so Mountaineer defense trying to get that gold star. With the second string quarterback we have tonight from Forestview. He gets hit as he throws, incomplete.
Oh, wow. I thought Wilson
Good
was
coverage.
there.
Good
Wilson was
coverage.
there.
I thought we had it.
Wilson's going to get him one. It's going to be in the biggest moment, too.
Yeah.
David Howard slow to come off the field. He's been hit every time he's touched the ball,
Yeah, he has.
whether he had the ball or not.
I'm looking at his stats. He only weighs 135 pounds, so he's not going to take much of a beating.
So Forestview will have to punt in the back of their end zone. Whistles on the field.
Penalty flag down on the 20 for false start against the Jaguars.
Illegal procedure. So the ball resting on the 1 yard line, the punter at the back of his end zone. And they get it off, and it is a good looking kick. And returnable if Kings Mountain decides to do so, and they do. But he'll get run out of bounds. Around the 40 yard line, Mountaineers will take over 1st and 10 from there. So not a lot of fans left on the Mountaineer side, I don't believe.
No, they're there. Guess they're figuring they're not going to be able to go to the fair tomorrow. So
exactly,
because it's raining and they're going to be stuck inside because of the rain, they're going to stay and watch the game.
Exactly.
I'm sure we got a pretty good crowd watching at home too.
Little John once again hands the ball off to Jeffries.
Good
misses
cut.
one tackle, comes back to the
He's
left
gone.
side. Can anybody stop him around the 20, 25, 10?
Keep going.
And he'll run him out of bounds,
Oh,
maybe
wow.
the 2 yard line. So 1st and goal from the 2. And that was a quick change of possession and field.
Yes, it was. His explosiveness, I'm telling you, when he hits the open area in that hole is just amazing. That whole left side, though, was caved down. He had a great spot to run through. Offensive line did a good job once again.
Well, do you like his speed or his vision better?
Both.
Both. I'm telling you, he's
Hand the ball off
Great
to
cut.
Jeffries.
Easy.
Touchdown, Mountaineers.
great cut.
Run, clock, run. Like that cramping.
Christian Mixer down on field for the Jaguars.
And Ethan is snapping. Let's make sure we get a good snap, good hold, good kick. Let's get this point.
Right.
Ethan Guy will snap the ball. Bryson Brown, the holder. Jaden Ellis snap a little bit low, but it's up.
That wind got that one.
wind.
Y'all see that?
That wind got it.
Pulled
Yeah.
to the right.
I think you'd have got it on a normal night, man. That
Right.
thing got up there in the wind, caught it.
So 41-0, the Mountaineers lead here in Gastonia. We'll be back with more Mountaineer football right after this. Don't go anywhere.
The Mountaineer football broadcast is sponsored by Brinkley Financial Group, Flooring America, Dr. Brad Moffitt and Carolina Chiropractic, Butler's Outdoor Design, The Venue at Turkey Ridge,
Mountaineers lead at 41-0 here in Gastonia. Whistles on the field. Officials talking to the Forestview sidelines. Whatever it is, Coach Medlin don't like the outcome of what just transpired.
Exactly. It's like he was giving the referee an earful.
Man, we have a great student section here tonight.
We do.
It's Hawaii night.
That's right.
And when neither one of us wore a Hawaiian shirt, I don't know why.
And plus, I think they're out of school tomorrow, too, so this is like their Friday night.
So he calls for a fair catch. They'll take over 1st and 10 from a 30. David Howard still goes back in as quarterback.
Yeah, Drew, I haven't seen Hill on the sideline. I'm not sure if he even dressed out. I think he is taking off all of his equipment. So evidently something happened in that first half. I hope he's okay.
Forestview goes in an I formation, something we haven't seen them do tonight. Quick whistles on the field. Delay a game against Forestview, so that'll back them up 5.
Delay a game against the Jaguars. 5-yard mark-off, still first down.
Like big A.J. Richardson back there to blow up that play. It looked like it was a fumble, but I think the Jaguars recovered.
2nd down and 20.
Thank you.
Over on the left side,
Fumble.
not much running room.
Scoop and
Mountaineers scoop it up. Touchdown, Kings Mountain.
Is that A.J.? Yes, it is.
No flags on the field that I see, guys.
Scoop and score.
What did I miss?
Scoop and score by A.J. Richardson.
Look, I'm so good the fans didn't even know I was gone. I had to go get some beverages for our crew up here.
Right.
The beverage cart's not made its way through the press box.
Well, I made my order earlier, but she never
She never came back, probably because we don't tip very well.
I don't really know if she worked here or not.
You made me think, wait a minute.
Snap was a lot better this time.
There
Ball
we
up.
go.
Good.
Good
And
snap,
good.
good hold, good kick. Makes me think of the Summer Melton and John Harmon and the Brad and Holly and all the others working at concession stand at our place. Summer was telling me the other day that in Sunday school she doesn't like it when people don't come up with all their money. Summer, you'd be proud of me. I have my money ready down there.
All right.
You know, Drew, you were talking about the band being better. Even our concession stand's better.
Yeah.
Well, we have an award-winning concession stand.
Yes, we do.
We do.
Give a shout out to Tommy Payne. He's watching the broadcast wherever he is tonight.
Tommy?
Knowing Tommy, he's probably got a TV by the fire pit outside somewhere.
Yeah, probably so.
Yeah.
I want people to send us messages, Drew, that are, I know my family's watching up in Virginia.
Right.
I want to see how far away people are. It'd be cool to see, where we're drawing viewership from.
Right. So
Max Thompson actually is kicking it off now for the Mountaineers. Kind of a short kick, and they'll call fair catch again, so they'll take over from the 25-yard line.
I'm with Lamont. If you're out there watching another state, let us know.
Let us know where you at and where you're watching from, especially if you are in another state.
And I was confirmed. Tommy is on the back porch with the fire pit. Right up the middle, nowhere to run. Simpson right there to bring him down, along with number 33, Barcurie. So the Mountaineers will go into the fourth quarter with a 48-0 lead over Forestview, trying to get another shutout here in Gastonia as we roll into quarter number 4. I don't know if you've had the opportunity to check our Farm Bureau 133 West Caldwell Banker just-in-time plumbing scoreboard. Try to get some updates, especially on the Crest South Point game. That will be our next stop in Kings Mountain. South Point will be in Kings Mountain next week.
So we got North Lincoln 38-7 over North Iredell in the fourth quarter. South Point has stretched its lead now over the Chargers. They are up 28-13 in the fourth quarter. Highland goes down to Shelby tonight. In a tough one, 76-0. Poor old Highland. I'm so sorry. Still got the same score reported for Hunter Huss and Stuart Kramer, 21-10. Still the same score reported for West Lincoln and Bunker Hill, 17-14. The Bears over the Rebels. Ashbrook still 19-8 over North Gaston. Bandy's 21-14, still listed over Lincolnton, and we don't have the East Gaston score went final, 28-16 over Thomas Jefferson. No update on East Lincoln, West Iredell, or another update on the Burns Bessemer City game.
Right. Guys, we got some people coming in, letting us know where they're watching from tonight.
He gets hit twice in the backfield, but manages to get away. Scrambles for a possible first down.
Hit us up,
David
Lamont.
Howard.
Yeah, we have David Osborne. He's watching it from Harrisburg, PA tonight.
Hey, David.
Tony Bryan is up in Ohio tonight.
Wow.
Marty Stevenson is in Denver, Colorado.
Denver, Colorado.
And so
I went to school with Marty.
They're listening to our velvety voices all the way out to Colorado.
and Rick Marr says he's watching from his house.
Rick Marr. Yeah. I'm sorry we've said your name, Rick Marr.
Handoff right up the middle. Might have gotten 5-6 out of it.
Good
That's
gravy.
one of the bigger, longer running plays they've had all game long.
Yeah, that was
Right.
a pretty good side. I mean, on that right side there was a good hole to get through.
Yeah.
The play before, materialized pretty well.
I think we have our backups in now.
Third and 6. 4 receivers set for Forestview. Hand the ball off. He's a keeper this time, but he's going to eat up in the – no, he gets free. Crosses the 50, 45. So he scrambles, able to keep the ball alive, gets a first down. And the Mountaineers slow to get up on the turf. And a flag down as well.
So it's going to come back. But I think it's a holding penalty.
Can't quite get the number of the player that's down yet. He's face down and slow to move around. So the play will result in 2nd and 17. While they attend to him, we'll step away. We'll be back here with more Mountaineer football, KMHS Sports, Kings Mountain Touchdown Club. Stay with us. We'll be right back after this.
The Mountaineer football broadcast is sponsored by Dellinger's Jewel Shop, King Construction, Patriot Jacks Outfitters, Campers Inn RV of Kings Mountain, JWH Contracting, Allen & Sons Construction. The Mountaineer football broadcast is sponsored by Brinkley Financial Group, Flooring America, Dr. Brad Moffitt and Carolina Chiropractic, Butler's Outdoor Design, The Venue at Turkey Ridge,
Sheena and Wilson and your family. But so glad that you're able to tune in and watch the Mountaineers tonight.
Terry Prince wants to make sure we talk about the Dolphins more.
We're not talking much now. Tua went down again. He's made of glass. I love him. God bless him. But his hands look weird on the hit.
Somebody said no sound.
Good play.
Good.
Gets free, gets back to the line of scrimmage.
Good.
David Howard, the second string quarterback. It'll bring up 4th down.
So Tua went down again, huh? Wow. And he's been down a while. Oh my God. That's his finger? Is it 1 or 2?
So it's 3rd down.
Both of
My
them?
mistake.
Jeez.
3rd and 17 for the Jaguars. They're trying to get something going. A little bit of movement on the Mountaineer front 4, but nothing was called. gain of about 4 yards. So still 4th down and 13.
Yeah, that was Andre Willis. Again, I think we lost some sound there, but that was Andre Willis who was hurt for the Mountaineers, but he got up and walked off on his own. So it looks to be okay.
Good punt. Nobody back to catch it for Kings Mountain. So Kings Mountain will take over 1st and 10 from their own 20-yard line. So 1st and 10, 7:39 to go here in this second half. Mountaineers able to score in this second half off the defense.
Yep. So T.J. Armstrong, who is the JV quarterback, backup quarterback, coming in now. And I think pretty much Craig is all subs in now for the offense, which is to be expected. Just need everybody to stay healthy, get out of here with a win.
Handoff right up the middle, able to drag the pile for maybe 5 yards. Second and 5 for Kings Mountain. They keep the clock rolling.
Yeah, I'm sure Coach Lloyd is going to take his time getting the play in.
Stick around with us at the conclusion of this. We'll review this game and talk about what's next for the Mountaineers. We'll talk about the Crest South Point game. We've been keeping really close tabs on that event.
Yeah, South Point is up, and if South
Michael
Point,
Ward, the ball carrier.
South Point holds on to win, and we're gonna have a big game next week. Sure, that'd be the game of the week across North Carolina.
I would say so.
Yep.
1st and 10 off of Michael Ward's run. The band's still here, but I think they sent someone out to warm the bus up.
Yes. Eddie's already got it crunk, I believe. Uh-oh.
Miscue on the snap.
Get on it.
Fall on the ball.
They might have recovered.
Forestview could have recovered that one. And it is recovered by Forestview. So this will be the best field position Forestview's had all night long.
Right.
And I'm not looking at him, but I can see Coach Wilson's face now because I know he wants the shutout.
He wants the shutout. And I think we're going to have probably a heavy dose of the backup quarterback, number 31.
And the defense is also backups as well. So everybody getting some good playing time here in this game. Hand the ball off on the left side. Nowhere for Holland to run whatsoever. He's eaten up in the backfield. Going to lose 3 yards on that carry. Second and 13. David Howard in the quarterback for the Jaguars. Holland the back in the backfield. He drops back to pass. Gets away quick, almost intercepted by Kings Mountain.
He didn't have his mouth. He didn't have his mouth fixed right. I believe that was number
28, Carter Simpson. Yeah, I don't think he realized he was that wide up. It's coming right to him.
Oh, man. He want that back so bad.
3rd and 13. Well, you know, the Mountaineers didn't really give a whole lot of pressure that time, but Howard just trying to get rid of the ball.
Oh, yeah, most definitely.
He didn't know what was coming behind him, so kind of shell shock at this point.
Exactly.
Throw to the end zone. Good coverage.
Oh, wow.
And touchdown, Forestview.
That was
So 6 points on the board for Forestview here late in the game.
right.
It wasn't bad coverage.
No, it wasn't.
No,
It was a
wasn't.
good pass.
Yeah, it just
It's a
Go and get
50-50
it.
ball. First time we've seen the PAT team for Forestview, and the ball is up and good. So they put 7 on the board. We'll be right back here. More Mountaineer football here live in Gastonia. Stay with us. We'll be right back after this.
The Mountaineer football broadcast is sponsored by Brinkley Financial Group, Flooring America, Dr. Brad Moffitt and Carolina Chiropractic, Butler's Outdoor Design, The Venue at Turkey Ridge,
Forestview finally put 7 on the board, 48-7. Mountaineers in a comfortable lead, and the clock refuses to stop, so it's just going to continue to roll. Make sure you stay with us at postgame. We'll cover some of the area games. We'll talk about this one. We'll see what's up next for Kings Mountain, so don't go anywhere. We still got a little bit to go right after the conclusion of this ball game. Grayson Acock to kick the ball off for Forestview, kicks it shallow, takes a big hit. They hold on to the ball around the 39-yard line. Kings Mountain will take over 1st and 10 from there.
Was that number 31?
He's not on a roster. It must be a JV player.
Yeah, he is.
It's all right.
Yeah, that's okay.
He did fine. Fielded the ball. That's what we needed him to do.
That's right. No turnovers.
We'll take a knee here probably. Maybe run one play. Not a lot of time
Forestview
left.
with 1 timeout. I don't think they'll stop it anyway. Kings Mountain with 2. Hand the ball off right up the middle. That's number 32, the ball carrier, Josiah Hill.
That's the ball game, y'all.
That'll be the game, man.
And that's it. Kings Mountain will leave here 48-7. They go 6-0. Forestview will go down to 3-3. They're at 50%. We'll take a break right quick. We'll be back for the conclusion of this game. Don't go anywhere. Mountaineer football, KMHS Sports. Be right back.
The Mountaineer football broadcast is sponsored by Brinkley Financial Group, Flooring America, Dr. Brad Moffitt and Carolina Chiropractic, Butler's Outdoor Design, The Venue at Turkey Ridge, The Mountaineer football broadcast is sponsored by Dellinger's Jewel Shop, King Construction, Patriot Jacks Outfitters, Campers Inn RV of Kings Mountain, JWH Contracting, Allen & Sons Construction.
About that.
Oh, yeah.
Back here, live Gastonia. Joe, say it again.
Alala.
Stadium, Forestview. Mountaineers going to leave here 48-7. Final comments. we seen what we wanted to see.
Right. And you know, I know the game plan of, you know, one thing about Coach Lloyd, I think, and the respect he has here, he's not going to run the score up. We saw a lot of running the second half. You know, I think we did what we were supposed to do in the first half, Greg.
Yeah.
And I know that Coach Wilson is kind of we didn't get the shutout. But, again, that was the backups in. And the good thing is I hope that Andre Willis, he walked off the field on his own might. We got out of here with a win, and we're healthy. And we're going into a major big game on next week.
Yeah, I think we did the things we wanted to do. We were able to execute on offense and defense. We talked about it already a few times, capitalizing on short fields when we had them. Right. That was important. Right. I think that's good for our offense. We did also have a couple of drives. Our defense played extremely well, and even on the score, that was contested by a backup. I mean, it was a great play.
It was
by their player to make the play. But then on the defensive side, special teams I think played well, as you know, along with everyone else. Right. So we're in good shape, I think, moving into next week in what will be a tremendous game. It's going to be a playoff atmosphere, not just a playoff atmosphere, but a second, third, fourth round playoff type atmosphere. Two really good teams, a huge crowd, a lot on the line.
So I'll put the graphic up. That's what our next game is. South Point Red Raiders will come to town 6-0. Mountaineers will be back in John Gamble Stadium 6-0. Right. Right now, unless it changes, number 1 is Kings Mountain. Number 5 is South Point. They may go up in go up in the poll because Crest was number 7. So.
Right, and my thing is get there early. Get there early.
You better.
Get there early, and while we have a second, and I'll look for something here, go ahead and what any final scores you see around in the area?
Absolutely. We'll do some on the Farm Bureau 133 West Caldwell Banker just-in-time plumbing scoreboard. We have West Lincoln. These are fourth quarters or final scores. West Lincoln 28-20 over the Bunker Hill Bears. Burns 55, Bessemer City nothing. That says third quarter, but I'm sure it's probably a little later. Bandies and Lincoln 21-14. Bandies. We've got Stuart Kramer came back at the very end and squeaked out one over Hunter Huss, 22-21. Wow. South Point 35, Crest 13 final. Shelby 76, Highland Tech nothing final. Thomas Jefferson goes down to East Gaston 28-16 final. Yes, it's final. 35-13 South Point. Thank you. Yep. East Lincoln 50, West Iredell nothing final, and North Lincoln wins tonight over North Iredell, the North Iredell Raiders 38-7.
So 48-7, the Mountaineers will leave here and go 6-0 on the season. Thank you so much for joining us, KMHS Sports, Kings Mountain Touchdown Club. We'll be back next Friday. Don't forget the Coaches Show Monday night. Make sure you tune into that. That's live around 6 o'clock from Studio 1 right there on the campus of Kings Mountain High School. Thank you so much for our sponsors, Brinkley Financial Group, Flooring America, Carolina Chiropractic Plus, Allen & Sons Construction, Butler Outdoor Design, Venue at Turkey Ridge, Dellinger's Jewel Shop, King Construction, Patriot Jacks Campers and RV, and JWH Contracting. We want to say thank you to the Kings Mountain Touchdown Club. List of all of our sponsors, of course, David and Marie Brinkley, Kevin Cruz, Coach Greg Lloyd, Jeff Johnson, Greg Schull, the camera crew, which happens to be AJ tonight. For Craig Short, Lamont Littlejohn, I'm Drew Fulton. We'll see you next week at home.
Yes, sir.
Y'all have a good weekend.